Captains for the East squad. Number 2, Colby Bailey, Harborwood. Number 8, Marvin McCallum, Cass Tech. 17, Joseph Tate, Detroit East English. And 18, Tristan Hill, Lake Orion. And captains for your West squad. Number 11, Hunter Kruger. 60, Keith Abraham. 74, Avery Pavlak. And 75, Carson High. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your patience. At this time, we ask everybody in attendance able to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats. Military members retired, please perform the proper salute. As we pay respect to our country, our flag, with our national anthem. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lawrence Tech University for our MHSFCA 2025 All-Star Classic. We've got the AC turned on. You should feel it soon. We're going to have some fun up in the box. We're going to have some fun with the stands, and we're going to give a lot of attention to all these players and coaches, all our cheerleaders, and all our volunteers here today. You may be wondering if they shop in the same department store, if they wear those shirts out clubbing on Saturday nights. But those are some of the best officials in the state, and you can make some noise for them right now. Once again, today's game is being broadcast live on Channel 4 WDIV. Live stats can be found at MHSFCA.
And welcome to the campus of Lawrence Technological University, where today we are indeed in for a dandy. We celebrate the class of 2025 with the All-Star Game here on WDIV, Local 4 Plus, and all across the State Champs Network. We've got Joseph Korzeniewski on the sideline, Chelsea Cooper on the sideline, my broadcast partner, former Birmingham Brother Rice standout wide receiver and University of Michigan wide receiver Grant Perry. My name is Sean Belegian. It is indeed a pleasure to bring this one to you. This is all about celebrating the great class of 2025 and sending them off to the various colleges where they will be playing football.
Football in June in Michigan, that's a rare sight. So being able to get out here, showcase the talent around the state. These guys get an opportunity to face guys they haven't faced all season. really looking forward to it.
And speaking of June, you never know what you're going to get June here in the great state of Michigan. We've got a ton of wind, and yes, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I sound like one of your old coaches. We all better stay hydrated today, Grant. It's warm.
Yeah, it's warm. Bring your pickle juice too, Gatorade, what else ever you need. Electrolytes, fill up on them.
Well, you are in for a dandy, and we will have it for you here on Channel 4 WDIV, Local 4 Plus, and all across the State Champs Network.
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
See that? That's what 100% mozzarella looks like. What dough made daily looks like. What fresh ingredients and 8 irresistible flavored crusts on pizza cooked to perfection looks like. It's so much flavor, we don't even know if it's legal to have this much flavor. Now you can get that famous flavor for only $8.99. Wait, a large one-topping pizza for $8.99? That's a deal. It's a steal. No, it's a crime. Just $8.99 for a one-topping pizza full of our famous flavor. Now that's how we do a deal.
Hungry?
Working with Adrenaline Fundraising and Dave Powell has been a tremendous asset to our football program. Despite being a small school, in one drive we were able to raise over $15,000 to spend on helmets and shoulder pads. Dave and Adrenaline do most of the work for you, so it's a really easy fundraiser, and again, they're great to work with. Dave has sponsored numerous different things for us, including a hole at our golf outing. So if you're looking for a way to raise some money for your program, I highly recommend Adrenaline Fundraising and Dave Powell.
And welcome in once again to the campus of Lawrence Technological University. Grant Perry, Sean Belegian in the broadcast booth. We will check in with the other members of our crew throughout the game. We are ready to get this one started. Grant, as crazy as it sounds, as we bid so many of these seniors adieu, we're only 2 months away from a brand new season as well. As we are about to kick this off on cue, we talked about the wind, and the wind promptly blows the ball off the tee.
Hey, right on cue, right? The weather's always going to play a factor here in Michigan, whether it's raining, snowing, or hot and almost 100 degrees like it is today.
So we are just about to get this one off underway here on the campus of Lawrence Technological University. Short kick taken at the 15, brought up to about the 25 there, game tackled, and that's where we will take a look at this West offense. In case you're just joining us, well, first of all, welcome. It's a pleasure to be with you. The West All-Stars will be in red. The East All-Stars will be in blue. And Grant Perry, there's no other way to say this. These boys have been hitting each other a lot this week. There's no love lost between these two squads.
No, there's not. The 7-on-7 got a little rowdy here. Excited to see what they come out with. Elliot Larner is here getting his start in for the West team.
Man in motion. Larner's going to dial up a keeper. Good second effort to pick up maybe a couple yards. We'll give him 3 because we're nice. Your starting lineup's brought to you by Adrenaline Fundraising. More money, less time. There's a look at some of the big guys up front. And as the day progresses, we'll tell you where so many of these guys are going to continue their playing career. You mentioned Larner at quarterback. Of course, Abram Larner, wide receiver as well. Gain of 3 sets up a 2nd and 7 here. Got two receivers split outside, one on the near side, shotgun formation. Keeper again, nice cutback. Another cutback, gets himself a couple extra yards, Grant, but that's going to set up what should be about a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and you see here early on, the question coming into these games is, you get kids from all over the state, right? Different schemes, different offenses, different defenses. The question I have today is, what are they going to come out in, right? You see the West coming out with 3 receiver sets. Elliot Larner is a guy that's going to be able to hurt you with his legs. And here we're checking out the East All-Stars defense starting lineup. A lot of guys on this team have contributed throughout the season. Tavon Dallas Walsh, a guy that contributed and won a state title this past year at linebacker position.
Man in motion, another keeper. Larner hits the 31, and then he is pushed back. He's going to be about 2 yards short. Speaking of Larner, if you're not familiar with his fine work, a fantastic season. This young man from DeWitt taking his talents to the GLIAC all the way up to Houghton, Michigan.
And he's accompanied today by his twin brother, Abram Larner, who we'll see get some action at receiver today. Another speedster on the perimeter. But here for the West, 3 and out. Quick possession, quick turnover here, and we'll see what the East can do on offense coming out.
We've seen some trickeration in these games in years gone by. So what looks like a no doubt punting situation, Grant, from doing a few of these games, coaches have thrown in some special things. Let's see if they actually kick this one away.
We're sitting there about a 4th and Dan Campbell. Wouldn't be surprised here if the West came out with a little early surprise.
I like that, a 4th and Dan Campbell, but they are going to punt this one away. Big booming punt. And blown down right at the 25-yard line. So that is where this East offense will take over, leading them onto the field. Wearing number 18 from Lake Orion, that is Tristan Hill, a young man who undecided as of now. There are a few undecided in this game. And trust me when I say this, there's an opportunity for some of these guys to still earn a spot.
Absolutely. It's still early here in the process for some of these guys. The opportunity is still waiting and open for them. You got Tristan Hill coming in to start, and we'll get to the story on how he got that starting spot here to start this series for the East.
Boy, look at this. A little birdie told us we might see a bunch of linemen on this first play. What do you got, Coach?
We got 9-0 linemen up front. A little quarterback blast, but it looks like the West defense was ready for it there. Talking to Kyle Short, the offensive coordinator here, calling the plays for the East team. The head coach of Saline gave us a little inside tip and said, hey, that 7-on-7 with the big men got a little feisty there. Those guys came back and said, hey, let's go 9 linemen to start the game. The West All-Stars, they were ready.
I think all the young men on the field right now are kind of enjoying the fact that they're playing in the shadows here at Lawrence Technological University because folks, it's warm out there. It is warm out there. There's no other way to say that. Loss of 2 on that play sets up a 2nd and 12. 3 receiver set, 2 to the outside, 1 to the inside. Running back switches from the right hip to the left hip. Man in motion. They give the jet. It is smelled out and blown up nicely there by James Williams.
Great job there by James Williams, holding down that edge. He gets the receiver in motion, and you got to communicate here that, hey, I got to get a receiver in motion. No other guys on that side. Probably going to be a jet sweep or a quarterback run, and he was all over that one. Here you see the offense starting lineup for the East All-Stars O-line. A bunch of big fellas up front looking to move that ball and establish the run game. When you get these all-star games, you tend to see that teams like to rely on the run, right? You get teams and players that haven't played together, got to find the right mesh, and the run game usually sets it up.
Trip receivers near side, 1 on the far side. They're going to keep it on the ground. A draw, not much space up there. Ball came loose late, but I think they're going to call that down. Indeed, they are at the 24-yard line. By the way, we mentioned James Williams. That's a young man getting acclimated to this very field. He's going to take his talents to Lawrence Tech.
He's right at home. He's here at Lawrence Tech, just getting the early preseason reps in here at the All-Star game. But for a kid like that to be here on the home field where you're going to be spending the next 4 years, that's got to feel really cool and give a chance to kind of show the area, hey, I'm here, this is what I'm going to do, and comes out and gets that 3rd down stop there, that 2nd down stop to make it 3rd down, and looks like the West defense is going to get off the field here.
Carter Leptowski, who kicked off for the East, stands on his own 13-yard line. Look at that shot. John Kidd and the infamous kid cam, getting a shot from behind. Fantastic shot that it is, as Lepkowski waits for this snap. Defense really doing the job here today. Big booming punt. Going to take a bounce, moving backwards, going to be down at the 47-yard line. And that is where this West offense will take over. Hey, Hungry Howie's, great partner of the State Champs Network's Mr. Football and Anvil Awards. Hungry Howie's, the original flavored crust pizza. Order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. Grant, what's your favorite crust?
I learned from the best. Cajun crust. Give it to me tonight, tomorrow, and every night of the week, all day.
I'm telling you, sprinkle it all over the pizza. It is
delicious.
It's a gift. 4 receiver set, man in motion from the left to the right. They hand it off on the jet. Some space over the 50 into East Territory, finally brought down at about the 47-yard line.
Really good job there. We just saw somewhat of a similar play by the East with that receiver jet motion. This time the West goes and does their best version of it, and they get the edge. Right there, a good tackle there by Andy Fair to bring him down, but not before he picks up about 7 yards there, and making this a second and manageable across into the East Territory.
Jay Johnson, a young man from Wyoming, making things happen. They stay in the 4 receiver set. Larner claps his hands, back to pass. Under pressure, down he goes. Norman Adams, the young man from Detroit, Mumford. I believe it was Adams got that bare paw out and yanked him down.
And Norman Adams, first to the party, couldn't quite get the wrap up, and then in comes Jaden Rogers out of Brighton, Michigan, coming in and making and securing that sack there and setting back the West across into their own territory here, making it a 3rd and 11.
So often, Grant, in these all-star games, you see the defense come out and flex their muscle, and we've seen it early here today.
Yeah, it's eerily similar to how a camp starts in fall, whether it's college, high school, doesn't matter the level. The defense usually has the edge to start just because of the chemistry. And offense, you got to find a way to click and make things work.
Shotgun formation. This time Lorner has time. Complete inside the 30 and out of bounds. A big 3rd down conversion inside the 30-yard line. The West in business on a heck of a throw by Elliott Larner.
And Matthew Evans right there out of Grand Blanc, the 6'3 receiver, comes down with the catch. You'll see it right here. The drop back from Larner, sets his feet, is able to get the ball out with the corner route from Matthew Evans. He was wide open, really good catch. Evans is a 3-year starter, was a 3-year starter at Grand Blanc. Really a good player for that team and showing why here early on for the West.
Boy, he put on a show at that game that we did back in the playoffs. I remember that beautiful facility in Grand Blanc. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Fresh set of downs. Larner with the keeper, good cut back. Trying to yank his way out of a jersey grab. Picks up about 4 yards. Good hard run in there. You can see why the Michigan Tech Huskies decided to offer him a spot on their football team.
Yeah, when you look at Elliott Larner, you see the arm talent that he has and the ability to escape the pocket, but he's also a very dangerous runner when he gets outside the pocket and in the design run game like you saw there, a little pin and pull action, trying to get a lineman on the edge, and then they go ahead and isolate the defensive end and have to make him make a decision.
2nd and 6, Larner and a keeper again, big hole. 1st down and more inside the 10 and brought down at about the 8-yard line.
And you get the quarterback keeper. Again, we're going to see a lot of Elliott Larner here, especially when he's in the game at the quarterback position. He is an 11th element in the run game. And right there, they just go quarterback draw. He drops back, takes his step, lets the O-lineman get downfield and find their blocks and just follows the way. And can't draw it up much better than that, getting inside the 10-yard line here.
A lot of talent on that offensive line. We'll call them out by name when we have an opportunity. 1st and goal, 4 receiver set. They keep the ball on the ground, inside the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown for Tyus.
And in for the touchdown out of Portage Northern.
Young man from Portage Northern taking his talents to Siena Heights. And a heck of a run here.
Yeah, watch these 2 left tackles and left guard here. They're going to pull. That's a counter action. Down block from the front side. They get 2 on the edge. And then Von Zell, Tyus just follows the blocks, using that big body, that girthy lower half of that body to break through those tackles. Really good run there. And that's what we call the counter run. You get two pullers from one side attacking that front side of the run, and they do a great job of sealing that edge and making a run lane for a touchdown.
Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. We talked about that big offensive line. Simonson from Forest Hills Eastern going to Ferris State. Flies from Hudsonville Christian going to Calvin College. Cooper Roberts from Hudsonville heading to Northwood. Tyler Menther from Mount Pleasant heading to Northern Michigan. List goes on and on. A big, beefy offensive line. All these guys going someplace.
Yeah, they are. And I want to give a shout out to Carson Hine. Now, we've been talking about the beefiness, the athleticism, but in that 7-on-7, he had, I think, the game-winning catch to seal the deal for the West. And you may not understand, the 7-on-7 aspect of the game, it usually happens in practice, is a skill position drill, right? You get the receivers and the DBs and the quarterback. It's routes on air, essentially, with a defense covering. But the big men, they got to get some love, too. So they get in there. They have a good time. You'll see it on the State Champs social media pages. And Carson Hine, at the last second, catches it. It shows why the big men do have hands, so.
Well, let's see how the East responds. A heck of a drive there. So much of it led by their quarterback, Elliott Larner. But it was Tyus taking it into the end zone. Young man from Portage Northern. And now it is the East turn to respond.
When you look back at that drive and the formations that the West has come out in, you think about the West football and you usually get the wing T, you get three running backs. These guys are spreading it out, and they're going inside run game with quarterback and running back and doing a good job of it here so far.
Daniel Klein from EGR kicks this one off, taken inside the 5-yard line, makes a cut at the 10, makes a man miss. Over the 15, gang tackled just shy of the 20-yard line. Let's see where they mark that. Hey, are you interested in a sports management degree? Well, at Lawrence Technological University, your vision of competing in college athletics can be your reality. Scholarships are available at lturecruityourself.com. Heck of a staff here doing work not only in the booth but down on the field. Appreciate everybody involved behind the scenes, whether you're with WDIV or the State Champs Network. Thank you so very much for what you're doing on a hot, hot day here in Southfield, Michigan. So here we go. East takes over, short throw, completed at about the 25, brought down after a gain of about 5.5, Grant.
Yeah, good job there, and we get a quarterback change for the East, and Joseph Tate steps in, the Detroit East English product, heading to Wayne State next year. Does a great job. A quick, easy drop-back pass, quick game. You get a quick curl route. Dalen Doe, number 13, from Grosse Pointe North, also headed to Wayne State with the catch. A little Wayne State to Wayne State action there, partner. You'll be seeing those guys here in the future.
Yes, indeed. Heard a really cool story involving these two quarterbacks from the East that maybe we can get into in a second. Two receivers far side, one near side. Tate, shotgun formation, going to keep it on the ground. Good stutter step, hit it about the 25, falls forward for maybe a gain of 1. Now they're going to mark him back at about the 26, so that'll leave it at 3rd, and we'll call it about 3.
Good job there. Connor, number 8, Connor Van Beek out of Grand Haven. Didn't make the tackle, but when they had that counter action coming, the pulling guards, those linebackers' keys are to read those guys. He reads it. He doesn't make the tackle, but he sets the edge, forcing the running back inside to his help. Really good job there by the Grand Haven product, Van Beek.
3rd and 3. Two receivers split far side, one near side. Running back on the left hip, high snap, keeper all the way, 1st down and more. Nice cut at the 30, makes one man miss. Look at him buy a few extra yards. You can see that athleticism from Joseph Tate, probably a big part why Coach Wheatley and his staff felt that they were doing a smart thing, bringing him down into Midtown Detroit to play for Wayne State.
Yeah, you can see that athleticism there. A little read option where he's got the defensive end, just reading him. Defensive end bites down, he keeps it, does the exact right thing, and he had 118 carries for 1,000 yards last season, during his senior season. So he's a guy that can run and get it in the run game.
1st down up to about the 36-yard line. Keeper here all the way. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Fights his way up for a gain of 1. So we talked about these two quarterbacks, Joseph Tate from Detroit East English, Tristan Hill from Lake Orion. They were supposed to do rock, paper, scissors to find out who was going to be the starter, Grant, but it didn't quite work out that way.
No, it didn't, and they did a fun way where each position did rock, paper, scissors. If you won, you got to start. Quarterback position, they go up to do the rock, paper, scissors, and Tristan Hill goes to do the rock, but just says, you know what, Joseph Tate goes and says, you know what, you just got it, Tristan, you take it. The undecided, quarterback out of Lake Orion, Tristan Hill, got the start out of a nice gesture from Joseph Tate, his teammate.
Trip receivers near side. They're going to throw it out, try to set up a screen, has a couple blockers downfield, hit it, the 40 falls forward to the 42-yard line. While we have a moment, why don't we throw it down to Joseph Korzeniewski. Joseph?
All right, Joseph Korzeniewski out here on the sideline with Vonzel Tyus. Vonzel, you just scored the first points of this All-Star game. How's it feel?
Felt amazing. I was able to set the tone, set it early, and let's get started.
Now, Vonzel, you didn't really do much of a celebration. Are you much of a celebrator when you're out there on the field scoring touchdowns?
I'm not much of a celebrator, but me and my team agree we're going to do something tonight.
And then I guess my last question, walk me through that play. What happened? What did you see when you got the ball there?
After I got the ball, I followed my lineman, and after I went up, I made a guy miss, and it was just easy from there.
Easy from there. That's how it goes in the All-Star game. I'll send it back to you guys, Sean and Grant.
Appreciate it. Trying to get something going on the ground. Nothing going there, Grant.
Yeah, interior line there. Good job by the defensive line. And I think that was James William again getting in on that tackle, forcing the ball inside. There's just nowhere to go right there.
Vonzel Tyus from Portage Northern, the touchdown run. Once again, he's heading to Siena Heights. Well, let's see what they decide to do here. As I said, this isn't quite a normal football game. We've seen some trickeration. We've seen some, as you said, Dan Campbell's.
Yep.
And I think we're going to see a Dan Campbell right here. I love that line. A Dan Campbell. Grant Perry, get that trademark. Back to pass on 4th and 5. Complete. Is it good enough for the first? I think it's just short, Grant.
Yeah, I think it is too. We'll see here. Refs are still moving, trying to find the spot. Quick timing route, little stick concept. You got an inside out route with a flat route outside of it. And it looks like the refs are saying, hey, that's good enough for a first down. And got to compliment the receiver there. And Shantez Bowie Jr., great hands right there. Outside the framework, able to bring that in for a first down.
Hey, starting this fall, the State Champs High School Sports Show is back. Bigger and better than ever. Catch all the action, highlights, and stories that matter to student athletes, families, and fans every Saturday at 10 a.m. only on Local 4 WDIV. State Champs is your home for high school sports. Fresh set of downs and a very generous spot, I might add, Mr. Perry. But they'll take it. Man in motion, they're going to try the jet. Found a hole into West Territory, brought down at about the 48-yard line. Gain of about 6, but again, that jet making things happen.
Jet motion, that's a staple for Kyle Short in the Saline offense. He's the head coach there, but he's been offensive coordinator where he's been at. Been at Belleville, the Grand Valley product. Kyle Short dialing up another jet motion there. Danian Woods, also a great story from him. We'll get to a product out of Saline as well. So a player, he's coached.
Last play of this first quarter, stepping up, boy, a lot of real estate. First down and more, makes a cut at the 40, takes it all the way down to the 33-yard line. Joseph Tate looked up and saw nothing but green in front of him. The East in business as we head to this second quarter. The West has a 7-0 lead, but the East threatening, Grant. This is going to be interesting as we head to the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter action next, right here on WDIV Local 4 and all across the State Champs Network.
We're going to put a minute on the clock. They're going to run around as fast as they can. Anything you can do. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come. Make some noise for a cheerleader. Hold those hands up with your teams.
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Physical therapy is usually the thing you're told to do after medication, x-rays, or even surgery. But what if the best way to fix your aches and pains is to start where you normally finish? At Athletico, our therapists, the same ones who work with world-class athletes and professional dancers, can transform your pain before it progresses to something worse. Because the sooner you start with physical therapy, the sooner you can start changing everything. And it all starts here with no prescription needed at Athletico. Schedule your free assessment today.
To recognize the coaches selected to take part in the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association's 2025 Leadership Development Alliance Program. The LDA program, now in its 5th year, provides an opportunity for a handful of coaches selected to take part in an intensive leadership training program where they're able to learn from some of the top coaches in the state on topics well beyond the X's and O's of the game.
And welcome back. Second quarter action about to commence along with Grant Perry. My name is Sean Belegian. Hopefully you're staying cool. Nice cold beverage in front of you. Grant and I have our waters kind of strategically placed all around us. I know the boys are down on the field. A lot of water jugs down there. 7-0. The West All-Stars on top after the first quarter of play. But Grant, as we proceed into this second quarter, the East got a little something going on, and they threaten with a 1st and 10 at the West 33-yard line.
Joseph Tate's come in, that big 4th down conversion, 4th and 5. He found number 5, Chontez Bowie Jr. for the conversion, and they're moving now. They're right on about the 34, 33-yard line and moving.
Setting up that screen again. That one sailed on the intended receiver and out of bounds as well. Bowie Jr. from Detroit Denby was the intended receiver. Tate, a little too much sauce on that.
A little too much sauce, a little too much air, and you got to think, well, hey, some teams and some schemes, they run different routes in different ways. Bubble routes, I've seen them run numerous ways, where you step back, get depth, or you just go right down the line. That's things to keep in mind here as we move forward. Is sometimes if you see a misplay, it's just these guys haven't ever played together. So this is their first time. They've been going at it all week and trying to find what works. And right there, with just a little bit of an overthrow from number 17, Joseph Tate.
Trip receivers, empty backfield keeper, though. Tate nearly broke out of a tackle, but a great job corralling him. Hunter Kruger from Mona Shores.
Yeah, Hunter Kruger. We got to see him play as well. They played down there at River Rouge. And right here, you're going to see number 11, Hunter Kruger here, make the tackle. Little quarterback inside counter, getting the puller at the point of attack. And Hunter Kruger right here, number 11, gets around the edge, makes that tackle through contact. He's got a high motor. Kid can fly around.
4-down territory, I'm sure, but here they are at 3rd down. Tate rolls out, looking, firing, completing. Caught at the 23, makes a cut. Probably picked up the extra yard that he needed. Let's see where they mark it. I think this will be good enough for a 1st down, though, Grant.
Yeah, good job there. And yep, they're moving the chains there. Joseph Tate doing a good job and keeping the play alive. He's getting outside the pocket. Not only can he hurt you with his legs, but keeping your eyes open downfield and seeing the progression of the routes. Finds Chontez Bowie again for a 1st down. Good hands catch by Bowie. Got some real natural hands, as you can tell here early on, with probably leading the game so far with the most receptions.
1st and 10 from the 22. 2 receivers split each side. Tate rolls out a one would-be tackler. Boy, is that kid tough. He took a shot at the 21, but fell forward all the way to the 19-yard line.
Good job there. That was a pass again, but he saw the middle of the defense kind of spread apart, so he just decided, hey, I'm going to take it down and go and try to make something happen. And here we go. We got number 18, Tristan Hill, coming into the game, giving Joseph Tate a little breather, which is smart here to do, with the heat. I think it hit 100 at some point today of the index, so we're going to get some rotations here at different positions.
Dalen Doe split out, far side, LaDanian Woods as well. Fake outside, handoff. Not a lot of space out there for Colby Bailey, the young man from Harper Woods. taking his talents to Ferris State. Speaking of Ferris State, how about the job that Tony Anise has done there? My goodness gracious, Grant.
They got a factory up there, man, just machining through the league.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. 2 receiver split, far side, 1 on the near side. Lone setback is Bailey. Rolling out is Hill. Hill looking to keep. Takes a shot, dives over the 15-yard line. He's going to be short, so decision time now for the East coaching staff. This is going to be about a 4th and 2. Do you take the 3 or do you go for it? I think in a game of this magnitude, they're going for it.
Yeah, this is the all-star game. You know, obviously we got kickers here. When needed, we'll use them. But players are on the field, offense, defense, they're going to try to score this football here, get this first down, and keep the chains moving, especially with the score being 7-0 in the West's favor.
Tristan Hill stays in. He's got Colby Bailey on his right hip. Shotgun formation, back to pass on 4th and 2. The slant incomplete. It looked for the moment that Dalen Doe from Grosse Pointe North, who will be heading to Wayne State, was open on that slant. Grant, it looked like the pass was behind him.
Yeah, you'll see here, drop back pass, and he's going to look left, try to get the safety off his mark, and it's a quick game. It's an inside 5-step glance or a post, and the ball's just a little bit behind him. Dalen Doe had a great inside release, got on right to where he wanted with the leverage, just couldn't complete the pass, and that's, comes back to the chemistry. These guys haven't played together, so you'll see some throws like that here today.
So the West takes over deep in their own territory at their own 15-yard line as they lead 7-0. 2 receivers split outside.
Bo Harris getting his first start here at quarterback.
Absolutely,
number
he
10
is.
out of Coopersville.
I think they're going to take a timeout. A lot of confusion there, no doubt about that. Hey, when you choose Verizon, you partner with people who put your business first. Visit your local Verizon store today to learn more about our reliable voice and business collaboration services. Grant Perry, Sean Belegian, of course, down on the field. Chelsea and Joseph and a cast of many people here today. So glad to bring this game to you. Really, I guess the capper on the 2025 season as we look ahead to the new season, 25-26. We're just a couple months away, Grant. It's
We're right
crazy.
there.
It's
We're right
incredible.
there.
Of course, it all starts with the Prep Kickoff Classic down at Wayne State, and we're very happy to say we'll be down there for 4 games that last weekend in August. But in the meantime, Bo Harris, 2 receivers, far side, 1 in motion. A little trickeration there coming from the opposite side, didn't fool anybody. Jaden Rogers from Brighton blew that up for a loss of 4 back to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, the Army commit, Jaden Rogers, does a great job right there of sealing the edge. And number 1 rule on defense, if the play's going away from you, you got to wait till that ball crosses the line of scrimmage, then you declare and go chase that thing down. That time they act like the run's going right, get the reverse to the left. And Jaden was all over that. Jaden Rogers, the Brighton product, heading to Army. Really good tackle there. Great job staying home and keeping contained.
Bo Harris, shotgun formation, rolls near side, looking near side, throws this one away. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. The game within the game, everybody in the broadcast booth is smiling right now at my broadcast partner's expense. Because when Grant starts the arms pumping and he starts moving back and forth, you just get out of the way. Class is in session, and Professor Perry's ready to go.
You know how the shooters in the NBA get the heat check, right? It's like, hey, I made 2. Let me get 1 more. That's kind of my flow. When you see the arms moving, get out of the way, and let's have a good time.
Yes, sir. So 3rd and 13. The West backed up at their own 11-yard line. They have a 7-0 lead. 2 receivers each side. Harris shotgun formation, 2-step drop. Looks, hit as he throws that one short of its intended target. I mean, they got there right at the second he was releasing the ball.
And Jaden Rogers coming up on defense. His name's popping up a lot. The Brighton product, Army commit. Getting pressure here off the edge. You're going to see it at the top of the screen here. Number 31 coming into the picture. And quarterback here, Bo Harris, just trying to step up. He should step up here. Another step right. You got to work up in the pocket. And you see here, look at the slow-mo. Great job by the cameraman here from State Champs. Getting it done right there. Jaden Rogers affecting the play once again. Looks like Army's getting a good one.
Now let's see. Punting out of his own end zone where this one goes. It bounces there. You can see they're not setting up the return game at all. Just on the spot. East is going to take over with good field position as they trail 7-0. This drive will start, Grant, at the West 43-yard line. Good shot there of the East Brain Trust, talking about what they're going to do, looking to tie this one up on a very warm Saturday night here in Southfield, Michigan. Is that the lodge in front of us? Is that, I get so confused out here. What is it called, the Mixing Bowl or whatever? There are so many different highways. Is that the lodge in front of us, I think? If John Watson says yes, then I'm going with that. So I think I got that one right. Trip receivers far side, one near side. 1st and 10. Keeper, a lot of space near side. Cuts at the 40, hit at the 38, and falls forward to about the 36-yard line. Tristan Hill making things happen with his feet there.
Really good job by Tristan Hill. You're going to see here, this looks like a counter. Watch these linemen right here in your picture just leave, right? So number 18, they're reading him, right? And as soon as that guy dives in for the running back, you add that little element. Hey, the quarterback can run. Tristan Hill does a great job reading that play and getting on the outside and showing his leg and his mobile ability.
Gain of 7 sets up a 2nd and 3. Trip receivers far side, one near side. Claps his hands twice. Hill looking, firing, going deep, nearly intercepted. Through the hands of Gabe Schweiters, young man from Grand Rapids West Catholic. A little miscommunication, I think, there, Grant.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. You got 4 verts, 3-by-1 set, meaning 3 receivers to the field. You get your lone receiver in the boundary here, the X receiver, that's Dalen Doe, and just not on the same page there. He kind of stems it inside, and you want to keep those go routes on the outside of the corner, trying to get that ball on the outside red line, and right there, just a little bit of a miscommunication. Luckily, it wasn't a turnover.
Trip receivers far side, one near side. Tristan Hill going to keep this on the ground. The handoff, good second effort, but I think it's going to be just short. Andrew Harris from Monroe St. Mary's. They're going to mark that at the 35, so I think Grant Perry trademark. A Dan Campbell's happening.
I think it's going to happen here, and just touching back on that last play, number 45 there on the D-line, Alex Lutgreen did a great job out of Penfield. He didn't make the tackle, but he got through to the backfield, forcing the running back to change course and allowing his help to come and rally for the tackle. So we got here, watch out for quarterback keep, trying to get him on the edge.
4th and 2, man in motion. They go with the jet. Has to get to the edge. Good cut at the 35, and that cut is going to give them a first down to the 32-yard line.
Number 15, Jay Johnson, coming in motion here. You get your running back, number 25, on the edge, so you get an extra blocker, right? Go seal the edge, number 25. Do a good job. And number 15, Jay Johnson, just following the blocks, right? Get to the edge, try to capture the perimeter, get that first down. He does just that. He does a great job. And sorry, that's number 15, Ladanian there, Woods, excuse me.
So the East making things happen right now. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Checking in at running back is Malik Shepard from Detroit, Henry Ford. Empty backfield. Gonna throw it to the young man from Henry Ford. Makes a man miss at the 30. Trying to break out of a tackle at the 29. Falls forward to the 28. A heck of an effort there.
Malik Shepard does a great job there, catching the football, following your blocks, getting north and south, but also get it inside and then bouncing it outside, setting up the blocks. Malik Shepard, the Henry Ford product, heading to Wayne State, does a great job there.
Of course, Tyrone Wheatley entering his 3rd year, one of the best prep athletes ever out of the state of Michigan. Trying to get things going at Wayne State. The East trying to get things going here as they trail 7-0. Keep it on the ground. Trying to show a little patience there, but that defense bottled Malik Shepard up. No room out there that time. Give props to the Biggins in red out there to limit that to next to nothing.
Good job by Connor Van Beek, keeping the edge, sealing it right there. The Henry Ford product. Malik Shepard had a hole inside, decided to bounce it. Got to hit that inside. That's a counter action again. 2 pullers. Your money's going to be inside. He tries to bounce it, and Van Beek out of Grand Haven is there to clobber it up.
In all likelihood, 4th down territory, but as is, a big 3rd down. 3rd and 6, 2 receivers split outside, 2 near sides, single setback, on the left hip. Now receiver in motion. Low snap. Hill picks it up. He's got to try to make something out of nothing. How many times do you see that, Grant Perry? Boy, it looked like that might be a loss of 3 or 4, but you use the athleticism of Tristan Hill to make this an interesting 4th and short.
Yeah, and when you watch QBs and how they play, a lot of things that go unnoticed are what do they do in panic situations. Right here, you're going to see the ball's on the ground, a low snap. You can tell a lot about a QB by his calmness under pressure, right? Play doesn't go right, but he says, you know what, it's okay. We're going to follow the blockers, still try to get as much yards as we can. Instead of losing 3, they gain a couple there, making this, like we say, a 4th and Dan Campbell.
Yeah, this is going to be about 5 feet. It's not quite 2 yards. Let's see what they dial up here. Big 4th and 2. Hill with a keeper. He's got the first down up past the 20 as he hurdles a would-be tackler. I think they're going to mark him down at the 20, but good enough for a first down.
Absolutely. And hey, why not call Tristan Hill's number again, number 18, the quarterback out of Lake Orion. Really good athlete. Comes from an athlete of families. Both parents played collegiately. Sister's a beast at Lake Orion. Showing the athleticism there. Little quarterback run design there. Opportunity to give it. He keeps it, falls forward, picks up a first down. And let's see what the East can do here. They've been down here before. Now they got to fine-tune some things and find what works here in the short area, the area where it's hardest to score.
Clock running, 3:45 left in this second quarter. West up 7-0. Hill trying to change that. Throwing the flat, incomplete. Just a little short of the intended receiver Lee from Romulus.
Malik Lee there, out route versus the linebacker, does a good job of getting the leverage. You got exactly what you want, just a little bit of a missed throw to pick up some yards there, but good attempt there on the catch. And got to come back here now, right? You don't gain any yards. Expect to see something on the ground here, try to pick up a few yards and make it a 3rd down and manageable. That way you're working with some easy yards on 4th and 3rd down.
Trip receivers far side, low snap, rolling right, looking right, nearly intercepted. It is on the tip. That's tip drill all the way. I didn't see the number who got it out there. I think it was DeAndre Burns from Saginaw Heritage. Indeed it was, Grant Perry.
And watch this right here. You're going to see a tip pass. I think number 50 tips it. That's Bryson Newell from Paw right here. You're going to go roll out from Tristan. He throws it. It gets tipped right there. Yep, that's number 50. That's Bryson Newell. And that's where it starts, right? Someone's got to make a play. Get a hand on a football. And then you got your cornerback right there making a play. DeAndre Burns out of Saginaw Heritage does a great job of not only catching the football, but focusing and keeping his legs in bounds on that sideline.
A State Champs Game Time Live is back this fall. We are gearing up to broadcast over 50 live high school games, streaming exclusively on the State Champs YouTube channel, and of course with our friends at Local 4 Plus. Sponsorship opportunities are now available. Contact John Watson at jwatson@statechampsnetwork.com. So the West takes over. Larner in at quarterback. Oh, a little miscommunication. Larner smartly had to fall on that back at the 2-yard line. Why don't we throw it down to Joseph with a special guest on the sideline. Joseph?
Right here with DeAndre Burns. DeAndre, you made that pretty immaculate catch right there, that interception that just happened on the field. Walk me through, how were you able to spot that ball in the air?
We were back in coverage. I saw my linebacker tip it back to me. Ball up in the air, I had to get it.
How's it feel that you made an all-star play in the all-star game?
Feels good. It feels good.
And the score is 7-0. It very easily could have been 7-7. So what is your mindset going like for the rest of this game?
We just need to finish, keep playing hard, and get stops when we get down on 4th down.
All right, DeAndre, thank you so much. Send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Joseph Korzeniewski. Keeper there. Larner just trying to buy themselves a little space. Up about to the original line of scrimmage. Grant setting up what should be, we're going to call it a 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 here, and for all the coaches watching, you might say, well, hey, they're going quarterback run game. Let's get 5 guys on that D-line. Let's get 5 guys with their hand down. Well, here, a rule today is you can't have 5 guys with the hand down on the line of scrimmage to stop the run game. Just trying to keep everyone's health is the first priority. And right there, you're going to see a lot of quarterback design run when you get Elliot Larner in from DeWitt. Very athletic kid, the twin brother to Abram Larner. It's been a dangerous duo at DeWitt for some years now. He's headed to Michigan Tech. And right there, they just couldn't get the quarterback run game going on the perimeter, setting up here to be a 3rd down and about 9 in your own area. So you got to be careful. Don't want to have any mistakes that cost in turnover and points. Get this ball out, get a 1st down, or get your punt team out there.
Timeout on the field. Nice to see. We paid homage to them in your television screen earlier, but so cool that we've got some cheerleaders out here as well to hype the fans up. Appreciate all the work they are putting in. It is not, how do we say it, a comfortable day out there. Even with the shadows falling down on this facility here at Lawrence Technological University, Grant, it's warm.
It's steamy, and we got lucky today. We got the air conditioning booth. You know, we're sitting here like some divas. And you see right here in the top right, 89 degrees right now, and the sun's already almost going down. It's been a hot one today. Got to give these kids a lot of credit coming out here. These kids don't have to play in this game. They can go focus on their next steps, right? Going to college and worrying about that. But they're out here giving it their all, representing their schools one last time.
Larner steps up out of his own end zone, fires on the run, completes. Big reception, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. A 92-yard touchdown.
You want to talk about a big play? Look at those guys enjoying the celebration, getting in on it. And this is the kind of game, high school, you don't really want to celebrate too much, but you get together for an all-star game, you're going to have some handshakes lined up, you're going to get some choreography going, some in-syncness with your team, and right here you're going to watch DeWitt quarterback Elliot Larner drop back, and he's going to have to roll out. The pressure pushes him outside the pocket, and he steps up. He's in his own end zone, so you got to be careful, but he sees the target downfield, number 30, Connor O'Rourke from Matawan, catches the ball in stride, beautiful football, and then it's off to the races. 10, 20, 30, can you catch him? No, you can't. There goes the Matawan product, Connor O'Rourke, for our first and longest score of the day. Not first, but the longest score of the day, excuse me.
92-yard touchdown. Larner to O'Rourke, a young man taking his talents to Northwood. He's going to be a Timberwolf up there at Northwood. And just like that, with 2:20 to go here in this first half, the West strikes to make this 14-0.
What a strike. I mean, you get Elliot Larner rolling to his right, steps up, makes a throw across field. Beautiful throw, in time, on motion.
Hey, coming up in our Zott Carts halftime report, State Champ Sports Network President Lou Batanti sits down with Hobie and Bob Ellis from Local 4 to talk about the exciting new partnership launching this fall. Don't miss this conversation coming up here on Game Time Live. He's Grant Perry. My name is Sean Belegian. We've got Joseph Korzeniewski and Chelsea Cooper down on the sidelines. Hope you're enjoying this game. So many of these young men taking their talents very quickly, I might add, Grant, to colleges. And Grant, you and I were talking about this before the game started. The secret is out in regards to all the great talent here in the state of Michigan.
Absolutely, and you may not see the prospects that get the national attention, but the good and the bulk majority of the players here in Michigan are going to be supporting the schools here, the smaller schools in Michigan, going to play collegiately around the area. And these guys are out here fighting hard right now, having a good time.
Hey, why don't we, while we have a second, throw it down to Chelsea with the hero of the moment. Chelsea?
All right, I'm here with Connor O'Rourke from the West Side, who had the longest catch of the day, 92 yards. First of all, are you still out of breath?
Yeah, I'm still trying to catch it a little bit, but we're recuperating now a little bit. We're getting there.
You guys just pulled ahead 14-0 with that awesome catch. What's going through your mind with your team and how you guys are adjusting to playing with players that you don't really see every day?
I mean, I'm just blessed to be out here. It's a great group of guys, great group of athletes. And I think the west side of the state's a little underlooked or overlooked, how you're going to say it. But, I mean, we just got a great group of guys. Blessed to be out here playing with them, and we're ready to keep getting after it.
All right, we'll see what you guys keep doing. Go get some water and catch your breath. Thanks.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Oh, isn't that great? See the smile on his face? He's cut there past the 20. Ball is loose, and it's recovered by the West. I think it's Keaton Abraham, the young man from Gaylord, that picked that up.
And you have everything you wanted. Quarterback design run through the middle. You get great blockers on the linebackers. And you just got to worry about the ball security, right? Quarterbacks don't always run with the football. You got to prioritize ball security right there, like you said. Keaton Abraham, number 60, comes through with that recovery. And great job by the big fella, being able to catch that ball on the run there, fall on it. Sometimes it's harder than it looks getting those fumbles there, especially when that pile starts to pile up. And here we go. Here's a good look. Little quarterback design run, lead block. And number 14, the running back, that's Logan Goodwin. had a great block head on, and then let's see who caused the fumble here. Oh, look at that hit. Beautiful shoulder pad on football. Ryan Lauch from Clare with that forced fumble, and then, hey, number one rule of football, get to the ball, right? Follow the football, the party's at the football, and that's why, because you can recover fumbles.
A little trickeration here. Receiver throwing downfield, complete, touchdown! How about that? Matthew Evans from Grand Blanc on the pass from Ryan Lauch from Clare, and that's quick change, Grant Perry. And it's now 20-0, point after pending.
And that's how you get it done right there. You go quick shot play after the turnover, as most offenses do, and you get the reverse. You get everyone to step up, and this wasn't an easy throw. He has pressure coming in his face, Ryan Lauch does, but throws it up in between the safety and the corner. And he finds his target, number 17, Matthew Evans, the Grand Blanc 6'3" product, coming through with a touchdown grab. And looks like the West has broken this thing open, and they're in total control.
Folks, you hear that term all the time after a big turnover. A lot of times a team wants to strike fast. It's called quick change, and that's exactly what the West just did there, Grant.
Yeah, you strike while the iron's hot, catch the defense. They don't want to be back on the field. They're like, oh, we just got off the field. So, they mosey on out there, and then you go, hey, let's go reverse pass. Ryan Lauch, you're going to catch it. You're going to throw it. Sometimes, say, hey, if you see that safety in that corner rotating deep, don't throw it and just run it. That time he trusted Matthew Evans, and with the kind of receiver Matthew Evans is, I trust him too. 6'3", big body, 3-year starter at Grand Blanc. We saw him last year in the playoffs have a monster game. That's a great throw by Ryan Lauch, great catch by Matthew Evans, and a great call here by the West.
Boy, a lot of smiles over there on the West sideline. Why not? They've opened up a 21-0 lead with 2:01 to go here before halftime of this All-Star game. There have been many variations of this game. At one point in time, Grant, I think during your playing days, they had a Michigan versus Ohio version. They've had East versus West. We're glad that it's kind of settled into this format here at Lawrence Technological University. The East really wants to get something going here before the halftime. Let's see if they can do it on the return. They cannot. Drayshawn Johnson out of Detroit Denby trying to make something happen, but right now this West squad is all fired up.
Yeah, they are. They got everyone playing in motion, and when you get a team that's hot, it's contagious. Everyone steps up. And a great tackle right there on the special teams, a part of the game that's somewhat overlooked and can definitely be in an all-star game. But number 31, Zach Bushland from Midland, the inside linebacker, does a great job getting downfield, tracking his lane, and bringing down the ball carrier there.
Tristan Hill checks back in, quarterback at Lake Orion. Trip receivers far side, one near side, single back to pass on first down, under pressure, down he goes. First man there, James Williams. We've called his name a few times, but while we have a second, another hero of the moment with Chelsea. Chelsea?
All right, I'm back now with Matt Evans from Grand Blanc. Helped the West Side go ahead 21-0 over the East Side. So, Matt, tell me, how does it feel to score in an all-star game with so much talent on the field with you?
It feels amazing. It's something I've always dreamed of as a kid, especially with all the talent out here, and everybody's good. So being able to show my talent and show my capabilities, it's amazing.
Absolutely. And what has been your favorite part of this whole experience so far?
Just meeting all the guys. We all clicked instantly, and we have good chemistry, so it was fun.
The chemistry is showing for sure. Absolutely. Well, nice job. Keep it going. Have fun. Guys, back to you.
I'm going to tell you what right now, Chelsea, if you're a coach watching this right now and you're looking for an athlete, keep an eye on that kid. He's undecided right now, if I'm not mistaken, Grant, and that is a young man not only making a name for himself in this game, but we saw it in that playoff game against Oxford.
Yeah, that district game versus Oxford, he was really a difference maker for that Grand Blanc offense. And one thing's for sure, when you got height, you got to use it. And Matthew Evans utilizes all the height, especially at that receiver position out wide, playing that X on the island.
2nd and 17. Hill trying to make something happen with his feet, bottled up. That's going to be another loss, this time back to the 5-yard line. And 2nd and 14 now becomes 3rd and 17.
James Williams, again, making his name known. The Lawrence Tech future prospect here. Just at his home field, just doing what he does best, making plays. And the Blue Devils here at Lawrence Tech are definitely happy to see that.
So 1 minute and 33 seconds left, 3rd and 20, all the way back at the 5-yard line. Grant, how many times have you seen it in your career? I mean, as a player, as a broadcaster, a lot of times when it starts raining, it starts pouring, and it just seems like everything is going the way of the West right now.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, and you can tell by the score. I mean, they put up the first touchdown of the game early, and then they just got these last 2 touchdowns here, somewhat right back-to-back off a turnover. Ryan Louch throws the ball deep. Matthew Evans catches it, but not before Connor O'Rourke out of Matawan catches that 92-yard deep post route from the backside, no less. In the West, like you said, they're rolling. When the ball's rolling, things are going well. It trickles down to the defense, special teams, and all other faces.
That one batted down dangerously. And what were you just saying, partner? Everything, it's that trickle-down effect. You're seeing guys all over the place make calls and plays now.
Yeah, and the front 7 for the West, I think, has been the best unit, the best group of players here so far on the field. I mean, they have really caused mayhem for this East team. And right there, number 60, Keaton Abraham, again, from Gaylord, in on the play, getting that ball batted down. And right now, the East just can't seem to get past the line of scrimmage to the 2nd and 3rd level. They got to work and get the blocking situated, and I think they'll find some success. But right now, the West front 7, meaning their D-line and those linebackers, are having a day.
And the West still with an opportunity here to add to it. Still a $1:30 left before we go to halftime. This punt going to be down at the 41-yard line. So this West offense that doesn't need a whole heck of a lot of help, they're going to mark that down at the 40 as a matter of fact, partner. And they have 1 minute and 24 to add to this 21-0 lead.
And plenty of time. Looks like they don't have any timeouts left, but you're in your enemy territory already. You're going to have Bo Harris come back up, get another chance at it. The Coopersville product heading to Calvin University with a chance here to put another score on the board. Let's see what they go with here. 4 wide, 1 running back. In comes another lineman. We're down a guy. Our right guard, number 74, stepping in. Good hustle out of Avery Pavlock from Hopkins, the Fair State commit.
Bo Harris, shotgun formation, back to pass, looking, firing, a little miscommunication there. Receiver went in, pass went out, falls harmlessly incomplete, setting up a 2nd and 10.
And a little tall tale sign that you can see is when a play doesn't go right and it looks like there's someone miscuing, as soon as the quarterback plays over, he looks at his play card. That's a sign that, hey, either he did something wrong or the receiver did. So that's again, you're going to see a lot of these today as the chemistry is still being meshed out here as the game goes on.
Harris from Coopersville, back to pass, kind of a delay keeper, takes a big hit but falls forward to about the 36-yard line. Give him 4 hard-earned yards, setting up a 3rd and 6.
And one trait today is, hey, the quarterbacks are going to run. Hey, quarterbacks are live and they're in the action. The quarterbacks might have the most run attempts here today so far.
Quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers split each side. Harris back to pass. Looking, firing, wants it all. Going up top. Brought down. Touchdown. You've got to be kidding me. What a great job going up and grabbing that ball, Grant Perry.
And T.J. Byard right there from North Muskegon. I mean, the hands. We're going to take a look at this one under the hood right here. Great throw by Bo Harris. Just putting it out there and trusting your receivers. Not probably the best look to throw it. You got a corner that's on him and a safety that's running over top. But when you got a playmaker like T.J. Byard out of North Muskegon, you trust your receiver. Now let's watch this right here. You're going to see at the top of the screen, you're going to get Byard there. T.J. Byard, he's going to run a go route here. He's got safety over top, corner outside, and Bo just throws it up, says, you know what, I got my guy down there. Fights through a PI, and then has late hands to the football there, comes down with it. Number 15 there in coverage. Did his best, but sometimes when things, like you said, when things are hot, they're hot. And right now this West offense and defense are rolling in motion. Great catch by T.J. Byard and a really good throw there by Bo Harris.
Well, a couple of Blue Devils making their names known. And there's one of them right there. T.J. Byard. We mentioned Williams already.
If there's one thing that Lawrence Tech needs, it's playmakers. You called their games last year, and that's where they lacked a little bit. It's just the explosive playmaking on the perimeter. You get a guy like T.J. Byard, you're in good hands.
Daniel Klein from East Grand Rapids bangs the extra point, and the West had 1:24 to work with, Grant. They didn't need it. They needed all of 39 seconds to make this a 28-0 game with 45 and a half seconds left here in this first half. A lot of shock and awe, Grant Perry.
Yeah, and if you're Bo Harris, you had that miscue, the play prior to that touchdown, and you haven't really been in sync, right? Not too many completed passes out of Bo Harris so far, but you come back, you still have that swagger, that confidence. You look out, you got TJ Byard, you throw a beautiful football. That's how you get yourself back into the game. Bo Harris with that beautiful touchdown throw, and West is looking good right now. And what you hope to see is the East not give up, right? Keep fighting hard and keep going.
28-0. The West has really opened it up here in this second quarter. Let's see if the East decides to take a few shots to cut into this lead before halftime. Field covered in shade now. That'll drop the temperature a few, no doubt about that. So glad you could join us wherever you may be. Thanks for inviting us into your television sets. Certainly your cameras, your laptops, whatever it be. Kickoff taken about the 15-yard line. Heading up the middle, now coming near side. He's got some room out here. Makes it cut at the 35. Trying to cut it back the other way. Finally gained tackle. Nice return there by the young man from Saline, though, LaDainian Woods. And with 32.2 seconds remaining, let's see if the East can get something, anything going.
And LaDainian Woods, we talked about him a little bit here, but really good to see him get back in the action there. A little return, trying to reverse field. Talking with the OC, Kyle Short, the Saline head coach, really had a good story about LaDainian. LaDainian wasn't able to play much of the season this year, only played in 3 games. And she asked, well, why did guys want to play in the All-Star game? Well, it's to showcase your skills, play against the best competition. And a guy like LaDainian Woods, who didn't get an opportunity to play a full season, gets an opportunity here today to show what he has.
Well, let's see what they decide to do here. Bringing him out, the young man from Lake Orion, Tristan Hill. He's got 2 receivers on the far side, 2 receivers on the near side. Single back on his left hip, claps the hands once, gets a snap. Pressure coming, able to get out of 1, can't get out of 2, 3, and 4. The West is swarming both sides of the ball, partner.
Yeah, they're playing great. Derrico Speech right there out of Muskegon does a great job. Tristan Hill gets around a few defenders, but Derrico Speech there able to wrap up. And like you said, West is playing good ball right now. And if you're the East, you just don't want to do anything that's going to hurt you even deeper here with only 20 seconds left in this second quarter.
East is going to use a timeout here. That'll leave them with 1 with 22.3 seconds remaining. This was close for a while, and then Grant Perry, it just started to rain in the second quarter, and it really didn't stop.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I looked up, and not only did they really bust it open here in this second quarter, but look up, and there's 2 minutes left in the second quarter. I'm like, oh, where is the time gone? This game's flying by. But time started to slow down when the West really heated up. It was touchdown, turnover, touchdown, touchdown. These guys are playing good ball here. The right way to close a quarter, they're doing it right now.
Don't forget, I'm sure at some point in time we'll check in with Chelsea Cooper and Joseph Korzeniewski down on the sideline and see what they have to say as we head to the half. Tristan Hill trying to get something going here for the East. Shotgun formation, setting up a screen. He's got some blockers in front of him. Makes one man miss, minimal gain up to about the 39-yard line. I think they're going to mark him at the 38, as a matter of fact. And East is going to utilize their last timeout, leaving 9 seconds left in this first half. It's been all West as they have a 28-0 lead here at the All-Star game on the campus of Lawrence Technological University.
And right there you just saw Dallas Walsh get a little halfback screen. Wasn't able to turn up the field, but that's a kid that had a prolific career at Millington. Headed to Northwood, won the Division VII title this year over Monroe St. Mary's Catholic Central. Really a standout player. And talking with my buddy Robbie, he said this kid, I mean, it looks like a rock down there. The kid's built like a freak, built in a machine or a lab, if you will. And be excited to see the second half if he gets a little run. He's listed as a linebacker here, but he's a guy that plays both ways. And when you got a guy of his skill set, you're going to see him play both ways.
Northwood for many years, of course, in the GLIAC, that was always one of my favorite destinations. It was a really cool stadium because, Grant, you get to the campus in Northwood and you kind of drive through the woods, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the woods is a football stadium. So I always like going to that place, certainly miss them in the GLIAC. Trip receivers far side, one on the near side. Tristan Hill looking over that defense, back to pass. Ball batted at the line of scrimmage, falls incomplete. Time for one more crack, I think. 4th down. My guess is they're not going to punt it away. Maybe take one more crack with 5.6 seconds remaining.
Now,
what would you do, Coach Barry?
Well, here, so we'll see. Defense, we'll see if West sees it, but they were going to run a little hook and ladder there. They had Sebastian Bouye, number 4 here at the bottom of the screen, running a shallow route, and they were going to have the number 1 there, Kadarian Hardy out of Detroit Central, catch it on a curl route, and he was going to pitch it to Bouye. Not the same formation here, so they're probably going to change it up and just try to get as deep as they can.
4th down, probably the last play. Complete right about the 50-yard line. Good enough for a 1st down, but that is indeed going to do it. LaDanian Woods with the 1st down reception. Clock runs out. It is all West right now. After 24 minutes of play, they have a 28-0 lead.
It's been a good half. Offense, defense. Excited to see what the second half brings.
Both sides of the ball. Let the East trot off first. I think I see a little chirping down there, maybe a little West Side pride going on, Grant. Is that the best way to say it?
Yeah, you hear the kids in the interviews. They feel like their side of the state of football is undervalued and underlooked. So those guys are going to come out here and play hard, and they have.
No doubt about it. A big, really big second quarter in particular has given the West a 28-0 lead. As I mentioned, we've got a lot coming up at halftime, but before we get to any of that, why don't we throw it down? Oh, we're going to take a break first? Oh, let's throw it down to Joseph. We'll throw it down to Joseph Korzeniewski in just a minute with a very special guest down there, and of course, a special announcement coming up on our halftime show as well. But in the meantime, let's throw it down to Joseph.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Here with head coach Mark Jarsfer. Coach, you guys are up 28-0 to end this half. How are you feeling going into the halftime?
I mean, obviously that's better than being down 28-0, right? And so, it's one of those feeling out processes early on, and our defense really did a good job of sticking in there, especially through some tough conditions in the heat, and got the stops when they needed to down with our backs against the wall, and then our offense has been kind of quick strike.
Kind of speaking both about the offense and the defense, how are you going to talk to your players at halftime to make sure that they're still composed and ready to go out for the second half?
Yeah, I mean, the other side is full of all-stars as well, right? And so they're capable of explosive plays, and you got to make sure that you keep your mind in the game and not let it get away from you. Last thing you'd want to do is be remembered for blowing a big lead.
And my last question to you, because it is an all-star game, Coach, are you having fun out here?
I'm having the time of my life. This is awesome.
All right, well, that's great to hear, Coach. We'll send it back to you guys up in the booth.
Appreciate you, Joseph Korzeniewski, and of course Chelsea Cooper down on the field. A cast of many from not only state champs at WDIV. We appreciate each and every one of you, and certainly the contributions you are making. It is halftime, and we've got a very special announcement for you. A fantastic partnership. I think it's a marriage made in heaven. We'll tell you about it when we come back at halftime, and the West leading 28-0 here on WDIV, Local 4 Plus, and the State Champs Network.
How about another big round of applause for our all-star cheerleaders? Thank you, ladies.
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Jackson Newman Christian Catholic, 34 years coach, 236 wins, 86 losses. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. William Edward Dunn II, out of Saugatuck, 35 years coaching, 189 wins, 147 losses, 3 ties. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Don Dolster, Wyoming Kelloggville, 38 years coach, record 180 wins, 154 losses. Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
S-T-A-R-S, All-Stars! All-Stars! A-L-L-S-T-A-R-S, All-Stars! All-Stars! A-L-L-S-T-A-R-S, All-Stars!
I'll let you know if it's over or not.
I'll continue with our Hall of Fame induction. David Hill.
The high school football season, in a way, ends right here at Lawrence Tech. But this, guys, is kind of the beginning of a special partnership. Our GM, Bob Ellis, here. Lou Battanti, the head of State Champs Sports Network, kind enough to join us tonight here at LTU. Bob, take it away. What are we working towards here?
So we made a big announcement. You know, our goal at the station is to be as local as possible, to be in the community, a part of the community. And so we've made a serious and significant commitment to cover high school sports. And when you want to do that the best way possible, you partner with the best partners. And the State Champs Sports Network for over 2 decades has been the preeminent source for high school sports in the state of Michigan, in Southeast Michigan. And so I'm thrilled to make that announcement today.
Lou, what does this partnership mean to you to join us and 2 great teams joining together?
This is a great opportunity. I mean, when we've met with Bob and his team and Bob's vision of what he feels that, you know, the hyper-local coverage, high school sports still offers that. And our whole mantra at State Champs has always been cover all sports, cover all, you know, boys and girls. And we're there throughout the whole season. We're there from the freshman year through their senior year. And we feel it's a great commitment to the communities that we cover, but it's also an opportunity for the families and the friends of the athletes and the athletes to get some coverage. It's a competitive world out there.
And we've all seen it, so many special talents come out of the state of Michigan. You are a high school coach. What do high school sports mean to this area, especially the Detroit metro area?
It's phenomenal. It really is. And I mean, if you want to go through the rosters of pro teams, no matter what the sports, you're going to see a Michigan connection there so much. So what we decided was when we started State Champs was let's give them an opportunity to get some exposure. I had the opportunity to travel a lot around the country, and I saw the things that they did in Texas and California. But I said, whoa, time out. We play some pretty good sports in Michigan. We have some pretty good athletes.
Yes, we do.
And that was really the nucleus of starting State Champs, and we've been doing it now for 20 years. And we just see nothing but growth. And this combination, this connection, this association can just bring us to another height. I'm excited.
And what can people look forward to whenever they turn on Local 4, Local 4 Plus?
They're going to see Bob's face and my face. No.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. No, what we're going to be covering is we've got 3 major shows that we think we're going to be announcing. One is called Score. Could be and will be probably the only format of a red zone where we're going to be able to show 30 high school games on a Friday night clips around the state. Of course, we've got Game Time, which is our live broadcast. That'll be any sport, whether it's football, basketball, lacrosse, whatever game we feel has the potential to be a live, coverage game. And then, of course, our original high school sports show on Channel 4, 10 o'clock on Saturdays. I think it's going to be a great opportunity, along with the documentaries that we can do, and the fact that we cover those sports, all sports. It's all sports, so it's a lot of fun.
And Bob will be weaving in high school sports throughout all our coverage.
For sure,
as well.
50+ live games on the station and on Local 4+. And Hobie, I know you and the team in our sports department are going to seriously and significantly ramp up our coverage, and so we look forward to watching you guys do that.
We'll do weekly rankings as well, so that will be a new fun aspect. But what are you expecting here with this All-Star game, where these high school kids get one more shot at playing football?
These are some of the kids that maybe, of course, Division I has already been kind of taken care of. But you've got 80-some football players of all different levels, a chance to showcase. You got coaches here, and it's just that last opportunity for them to get a chance to play on to another level. So Lawrence Tech has been a big sponsor of everything that we've done. They've been a sponsor of high school sports with us for about 15 years. And of course, their football program gets these type of kids. And great opportunity if it's a student athlete, that you're going to go and get yourself an education, you can also play your sport, is a great combination.
I would say this is a great combination as well.
It's exciting. It's very exciting. We're very, very proud to make this announcement today, Hobie. It's great.
Yeah. Exciting times for Local 4 and for state champs. Can't wait to get started in the fall with football season right around the corner, believe it or not.
To take part in the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association 2025 Leadership Development Alliance Program.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call your local State Farm agent today.
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Call your local State Farm agent today.
And welcome back into the campus of Lawrence Technological University, the All-Star Game here on WDIB, Local 4+, and the State Champs Network. Grant, all West in the first half. They have a 28-0 lead here as the sun coming down in beautiful Southfield, Michigan.
It's been all West, and it started off with Vonzel Tyus getting us started there, about an 8-yard touchdown run. And then things slowed up a little bit. East was trying to drive, and West couldn't get things going as well. But then that second quarter came around, and the West woke up, and they took over.
Hey, why don't we look back? Of course, we say farewell to so many of these young men heading on for their collegiate careers, but what a fantastic year it was. What a great time we had up in Marquette. Congratulations to Crystal Falls. The 8-player state championship at the Superior Dome, and Deckerville got it done as well. Your 2024 Division I 8-player champions. Of course, those games played at the Superior Dome in beautiful, beautiful Marquette. And not to be undone, the 11-player state championships at Ford Field. Props to Beale City, getting it done in Division 8. Millington, boy, were they well represented that afternoon, Grant. Your Division 7 champions. Jackson Lumen Christi got it done in Division 6, something that they will never forget. We move forward to Division 5. How about Notre Dame Prep? Boy, I love those jerseys. Just a classic look there for Notre Dame Prep. Goodrich gets it done in Division 4, winning the championship at Ford Field. Zeeland West. Grant, you and I had a chance to do that game. They take it home in Division 3. In Division 2, Orchard Lake St. Mary's. The Eaglets return to glory. And in Division 1, Cass Tech gets it done and brings another championship back to the PSL. Just a few minutes before kickoff here of this second half. West up 28-0. Why don't we throw it down to Chelsea Cooper with a special guest. Chelsea?
All right, I'm here with the East Side head coach, Jimmy Macon. Now, Jimmy, if a viewer were to turn on the TV, they would see that the East Side is down 28-0. But that doesn't mean we had opportunities. You guys had fourth down conversions. You guys had some great opportunities. Joseph Tate has been such a spark for your team. But we were struggling a little bit in red zone conversions and some turnovers. So going into the locker room, what has been your message to motivate these guys to come out here and really give it their all for the second half?
That's the first thing you were saying. It makes sense. We had made a lot of mistakes. They didn't just really capitalize on just scoring touchdowns. Missed plays, missed corrections, missed assignments, what we did. So we got to change all that and, clean up our stuff and just come back and play the second half as a good football game.
All right, well, let's hope we see some improvements, Coach. Good luck. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Chelsea. Great shot there as well as you were looking at Tristan Hill warm up behind one of the skyscrapers here in Southfield, Michigan. Yeah, opportunities were there, Grant. Unfortunately, how many times do you see it in this great game of football? A missed opportunity one way is a conversion the other way.
Yeah, and that's how it goes. And the East had opportunities, like you said there, Sean. They had opportunities. They were driving. They were in the red zone, and just a few missed throws, a few ill-timed throws caused some turnovers, and they weren't able to put it in.
Hey, by the way, before we kick off this second half, last night's skills competition brought the heat. In the 40-yard dash, it was literally a photo finish. West's Trace Corlew edged out Dallas Walsh. Then the big men took the field for the 7-on-7, where Spring Lake's Carson Hain snagged the game winner for the West. And, of course, tradition held strong. Jimmy Macon took the ice bath as the losing coach as well. Yesterday I'm not sure if that was refreshing. Today I think it would be very refreshing.
I think it'd be welcomed, and an ice bath is usually a sign of a good thing. You see that after big wins, and not necessarily a win there for him, but he's got the boys playing here today, trying to get them back into the game here, and let's see if some of that energy can be matched here in the second half.
Oh, Jimmy having a great time with it. Hopefully these boys are having a great time. Nobody likes to lose, no doubt about that. And the East knows they have their work cut out for them as we begin this second half. But I guess the good news is, if you're looking for any kind of silver lining, the East is going to try to get something going here. They will receive the second half kickoff.
And this game has been hard-hitting. It's been physical. Guys are out there working their tail off. But you notice that they're playing good football, both sides. They're not trying to take each other's heads off. They're playing in unison because most of these guys do have aspirations to move on. A lot of these guys are committed. Some of these guys are still looking for opportunities. So you like to see. You don't see in the first half crazy collisions, guys getting pulled off the field. So they're playing good football. They understand what they're here for, represent their school one last time, and they're doing it here at Lawrence Tech University.
Love that shot when we have the kid cam down on the field, up close and personal, right in your living room. Pretty cool. That's Dallas Walsh from Millington. Right there, number 24, Daniel Klein. He might have to ice his leg with all the kicking he's done, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, the extra points. He hasn't been punting a lot today, but he's been kicking those things through the uprights after all these touchdowns, so he's having a good day today so far as well.
Klein, a young man from East Grand Rapids, taking his talents to Hope College. I think what's really cool in the past decade plus, Grant, is all the programs that have started up a college football team. I love it here at Lawrence Tech. I know Madonna, places all over the state, giving young men a chance to continue their football career. This kick taken at about the 5-yard line, heading far side of the field. Hurdles a would-be tackler at the 20, carries out past the 25-yard line up to about the 28-yard line there. Bowie Jr., of course, from Detroit Denby with the return there. And let's see who they decide to bring out to start this second half. We saw a bit of Joseph Tate, the young man from Detroit East English, wearing the number 17. Number 18, Tristan Hill from Lake Orion as well. Let's see who starts this second half. Big offensive line as well. So many players moving on. I know a guy in my neck of the woods, Adam Travers from Northville heading to Adrian, up there on the offensive line wearing the number 62. An unsportsmanlike conduct. Did you see that, Grant? I don't know.
I missed it. Unnecessary roughness, I think, is what he was saying. I could be wrong, but it seems that way. It looked like about a 15-yard penalty, and they're moving this thing on up.
Well, the East starting in pretty good field position at their own 45-yard line.
Watch the motion here, yeah.
Joseph Tate starts it out, hands it off, some space near side, makes it cut back the other way. Boy, just this defense is swarming. It looked like there was a little space out there, and that space quickly disappeared, Grant.
It did, and Trace Corley, the cornerback, defensive back, they're in on the play, and a good sign to tell if that reverse is coming. If that receiver on the lone side doesn't have anyone to his side along with him, so no tight end, no other receiver, and he's off the ball, it's a good sign that he's going to be coming in motion for some type of jet sweep action, and the defense for the West saw it, read it, and responded to it.
Two receivers split far side, one near side. Shotgun formation. Under pressure, steps up in the pocket, fires, caught. But boy, did he pay for it. LaDainian Woods goes up to make that catch, but he took one heck of a shot, Grant Perry.
Yeah, he did. That might be a contender for biggest hit so far today. Ryan Lauch coming from the safety position. Does a good job driving the football. You're going to see your little drop back, and number 33 there applies some pressure. James Williams, that is, out of Marion. Great job here by Joseph Tate, stepping around the pressure, finding his receiver, LaDainian Woods, and the ability right there. I think it's underrated how well he held on to that football. That's a hard hit, especially one to come down with.
Trip receivers far side, one on the near side. You can see Joseph Tate looking over that defense, claps his hands, takes the snap. Handoff, some space up the middle, first down and more. Great cut at the 25. Another cut, 15, 10, puts his head down. Drives all the way down to the 5-yard line. How about Colby Bailey, the young man from Harper Woods?
Colby Bailey, talk about a big play, getting your team back in it. Watch here. Watch the line here. The line's going to spread like the Red Sea, so where's it open? Right in the middle. And look at Colby Bailey get north and south immediately. That's exactly what you want to do. Great blocking on the front side there by the lineman. And then, whoop, do my best Chris Berman impression. Another one, whoop, getting around those guys and just fighting hard there. Look at him. That's 3 guys that he cut back on. Really good run.
This time bottled up in the backfield. Nothing doing there. I'm going to tell you what, James Williams, we've called his name a few times, a young man that's going to be plying his craft here at Lawrence Tech. That's a big loss. Back to the 9-yard line, setting up a 2nd and goal.
James Williams is having himself a day from that edge position, and he's making plays, too, that don't show up in the stat sheet. He's affecting the quarterback's path. He's getting in the running back's vision, doing a great job causing mayhem from that defensive line spot.
Joseph Tate, single back to pass. He rolls near side. He's going to keep it. Makes it cut at the 5. Hit at the 2. Down he goes right there. Good speed by the West defense to recognize that was a keeper, but hold everything, Grant. We got that hanky back at about the 18-yard line.
And that area usually indicates a holding. In the East, just when it looks like they're going to be on their own 5 right there, pushing that thing near the goal line, it's going to be coming back here. And if I saw it correctly, I think that hold's going to be on Trevor Simeon out of Romeo. Just held onto his guy a little bit too long, and I think it was James Williams who caused the holding penalty. And like we said, doesn't show up in the stat sheet here. And eye's going to be right here, right here. Let's check that out. Yep, really good job. James Williams, you see that he gets outstretched outside the framework of number 54, Trevor Simeon, and that's when you see the yellow hanky come out. Really good job. And like I said, plays that don't show up in the stat sheet, right there, James Williams affecting the play.
Grant Perry just sees things the average person doesn't see. Great job there, partner. 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line. Going to keep it on the ground. Trying to cut at the 15. Gang tackled right there and push back. So my guess here, the East trailing 28-0. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 15-yard line. Colby Bailey on the carry. Oh, 3rd down. My apologies. After the penalty. My apologies. 3rd and goal from the 15-yard line. 2 receivers split far side, 2 near side. Back to pass is Tate. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to have to run. Holding that ball out rather dangerously, but pulled it in at the last second there, Grant. Now it is indeed 4th and goal from the 15-yard line.
Yeah, the Byron Center prospect, Luke Lashka there, itching to get to that football. You see right there, the ball security, not the best out of Joseph Tate. He's an athletic kid that can get around, but the ball security has been kind of all over the place today out of him. So you like to see him get that nice and tight, but not before they get to him right there. Really good job by the defense, not allowing the quarterback to get outside of the contain.
So they're going to line up 3 receivers on the near side. You got the trips on the near side, 1 far side. Lone setback is Bailey. Rolling near side is Tate. He's going to keep it. No, he's going to throw it. Incomplete. Batted away at the last second. Boy, he released that at the last possible second, Grant. It looked like he was crossing the line of scrimmage and then kind of stopped and popped it up.
Yeah, right there. I mean, he's trying to get outside the pocket. It's a sprint pass. He's a right-handed quarterback sprinting to the left, so that's going to be a hard throw. You're going to see here some good pressure from the edge right here. He's looking to try to get outside. Now, that's actually from the interior. That's number 64, Isaac Friddle there with great pressure. And then Joseph Tate understanding the situation. You got to get rid of the football. 4th down and goal. Tries to give his receiver a chance there. But number 1, Trace Corley from Gladwin with the PBU on the goal line.
Hey, are you interested in a sports management degree at Lawrence Technological University? Your vision of competing in college athletics can be your reality. Scholarships are available at LTURecruitYourself.com. West gets it back. Handoff. Not a lot of space out there. Made the first crew miss. Couldn't make half of the defense miss as he cut the ball to the outside near side.
And that ball got forced back to the right side there, but the two-way player that we've talked about a lot out of Millington, Dallas Walsh, showing why he was such an effective two-way player for that Millington team. Does a great job getting to that football and bringing down the ball carrier.
Call that a loss of 1, setting up a 2nd and 11. Clock running, 6:50 to go here in this 3rd quarter. It's all West. They're up 28-0. Everybody looking at the play calls on their wrists. That was simultaneously, I might add. 2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Going to keep it on the ground. A little space up the middle, and then a big hit. Oh, my goodness gracious. I think that was Jacob Pickford from Hudson with a big hit right at the 19-yard line.
That was. He's got a wrestling background, won the Division IV state title. Watch this hit right here. You're going to see just coming right through the line of scrimmage. You're looking for number 45. Watch the ball carrier here, and then here comes 45. Does a great job peeling back inside, seeing the ball declare, and boom, head on the side. Good job of falling through. Really good tackle.
You don't mess with those wrestlers, man.
No.
There are some guys, you just stay away from them. Yes, sir, leave them alone. Big 3rd down here, throwing on the run. It looked like the ball was tipped, but it's complete. complete for a first down. How about that? Connor O'Rourke, the young man from Matawan. Grant, if we get a replay, it almost looked like that ball was tipped, but hey, listen, when things are going your way, you get breaks like that.
Yeah, we'll see here. It's going to be a rollout left, but great job by Connor O'Rourke, understanding, hey, I'm going to throttle down in the zone, right? And then the big hitter right there, number 45 that we just saw, trying to get there, Jacob Pickford, just couldn't get there in time.
Keep the ball on the ground. Good ball protection there, falling forward to about the 29-yard line. Gain of 2 there on the carry by Caden Forbes, a young man from West Ottawa. The Panthers, correct? West Ottawa Panthers, if I'm not mistaken?
I believe so, yep. I believe so. And number 9 right there on the tackle, Kashmir Moore out of Novi Catholic Central, giving the Catholic League a little love there. Great job understanding, hey, if that ball hits inside, he folds back, makes a tackle. Really good job by number 9, Kashmir Moore.
2nd and 8. They hand it off on the jet over the 30-yard line out to about the 34-yard line. Wesley Hughes, the young man from Davison, with the carry. That'll bring up 3rd and we'll call it about 5, Grant.
Yeah, that seems about right. And when those run plays get to the edge, that's when you really get to see what kind of cornerbacks you have. And Drayshawn Johnson from Detroit Denby just got up right there and chop blocked him right in the legs, went right at his thigh boards. Really good job. And you see that in cornerbacks going a little bit lower, but right at the thigh board is right where you want to hit him at. Get him chopped down right away.
Harris, shotgun formation, back to pass, fires, complete. First down and more, out past the 40, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. One thing that we have to say is when the West needs a play, it seems like they're getting a play on both sides of the ball.
And they are. They're finding the right calls right there. It's a little bit of a 4-high look, meaning they're going cover 4, and you're weak into the flat. And the linebacker right there, number 45, Jacob Pickford, is playing inside on the slot. Really good job by number 28, Cyron Stamper, to get on the stem, get inside, and then break it back out. You have leverage on the outside. They find it. Great call by the West team right there, and great catch and throw. Way to move those sticks.
Bo Harris, shotgun formation on this 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Man in motion, keeper all the way. Harris hitting the backfield. He's going to lose one. Ball came loose. I think they said down by contact. They're going to give him forward progress. That'll be a no-gainer, setting up a 2nd and 10.
And the D1 state title winner, Marvin McCollum from Cass Tech, number 8, the linebacker, does a great job of filling right there. When you see the keys go, your keys being the lineman, if they move, you got to react with them too, and you can't be a step late because then you might get blocked. Does a great job breaking through there, wrapping up, making a big tackle there on first down.
I'll tell you what they're doing here, 2 partners. They're grinding a lot of time off that clock. We're inside 3 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. Delayed handoff there, bottled up in the backfield and brought down. Again, I think they're going to give them forward progress to about the line of scrimmage. Setting up a 3rd and 10, but still churning time off that clock.
Churning time. In the West, they're throwing the kitchen sink at the East right now. They're trying to throw motions in to make window dressing, to get guys to move. They got counters where the linemen are pulling, running backs going one way, quarterbacks going the other. So they're trying to confuse this defense, but the linebackers right now, number 9 and number 8, are playing really well. Marvin McCallum from Cass Tech, number 8, and Kashmir Moore, number 9 from Catholic Central.
A lot of room here for Harris. First down and more into East territory and down at the 32-yard line.
Hey, great job there by Bo Harris. Understand, hey, these linebackers have been playing well. Well, let's test it out again, right? You go right down the middle, little quarterback draw. Prospect from Coopersville, you'll see here. And watch this thing just spread open. You got the running back leading the way in Caden, and then he just follows his blockers, right? It's essentially a kickoff return. And number 9, Caden, right there, does a great job. Caden Forbes getting a block, and the East can only hope to wrap him up before he gets too far. And really good run by Bo Harris, showcasing that athletic ability.
West threatening again, and what an impressive drive this has been. Starting deep in their own territory, converting on a few big 3rd downs. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Keeper by Bo Harris here. Puts his head down, picks up about 1.5 yards until he's pushed back.
The defense wasn't fooled on that one. You know, you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Right there, the defense is able to respond to the quarterback design run. Really good job by the linebackers. Again, number 8, number 9. Catholic Central and Cass Tech representing in the middle of that defense.
Throwing the W's out there. You can hear the guys yelling West Side. You're a West Side guy now, right?
Yeah, living just outside Grand Rapids.
Bo Harris going to keep it on the ground. Handoff, little stutter step in the backfield. Not much space up there. Maybe up to about the original line of scrimmage, setting up what should be a 3rd and 8.
Norman Adams there in on the tackle. And again, number 9, Kashmir Moore, Catholic Central product, doing a good job there, rallying to the football. And you're seeing a trend here, right? The West, they're up 28 points. They're going to run that football, just trying to kind of break the will of this defense. And East is doing a good job of hanging in there. Just got to get off the field.
I think that's going to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Indeed, it is. Hey, if you're a small business owner, think of everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. Our local State Farm agents sponsoring today's game run a small business too, and they understand the unique needs of local business owners. Call one of our sponsoring agents today because, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. End of the 3rd quarter, it is all West, and they're threatening again when we come back in the 4th quarter. Already, Grant, with a 28-0 lead. Timeout on the field. We'll come back with the 4th quarter action right here on Local 4, Local 4 Plus, and the State Champs Network.
They'll give you the signal, and we'll start the clock. Are you ready, cheerleader? Fans in the stands, are you ready?
If playing college sports is your dream, don't wait for a college coach to find you. Recruit yourself. At Lawrence Tech, we're looking for student athletes. LTU competes in the NAIA with 24 varsity sports and athletic scholarships. Explore new degree programs like sport management, where sports meets cutting-edge education. Visit LTURecruitYourself.com and just fill out the questionnaire. It's that easy. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
See that? That's what 100% mozzarella looks like. What dough made daily looks like. What fresh ingredients and 8 irresistible flavored crusts on pizza cooked to perfection looks like. It's so much flavor, we don't even know if it's legal to have this much flavor. Now you can get that famous flavor for only $8.99. Wait, a large one-topping pizza for $8.99? That's a deal. It's a steal. No, it's a crime. Just $8.99 for a one-topping pizza full of our famous flavor. Now that's how we do a deal. Hungry? Howie's!
Working with Adrenaline Fundraising and Dave Powell has been a tremendous asset to our football program. Despite being a small school, in one drive we were able to raise over $15,000 to spend on helmets and shoulder pads. Dave and Adrenaline do most of the work for you, so it's a really easy fundraiser, and again, they're great to work with. Dave has sponsored numerous different things for us, including a hole at our golf outing. So if you're looking for a way to raise some money for your program, I highly recommend Adrenaline Fundraising and Dave Powell.
The scholarship has a value of $1,000. Applicants receive consideration based on academic excellence, ACT, SAT score, demonstrated service to the school, community, and or church, evidence leadership ability, and citizenship. And now, this year's award recipients. Avery Bull from Cardinal Mooney Catholic Central attended the great Lawrence Tech University. Not in attendance today, Eric Marty from Haslett High School.
And welcome back to the campus of Lawrence Technological University, the East-West All-Star Game. We bid you to this fantastic class of 25 and Michigan high school football. So many of these players moving on to bigger and better things. I can tell you right now, the West has been the bigger and better team here. Cheesy broadcaster segue. But they're all over the East right now with a 28-0 lead.
You wonder if that chip on the shoulder for those West Siders, hey, the East Side gets most of the attention. West Side's coming out hot today, showing why they can compete as well.
Bo Harris rolling near side, looking near side, just throwing that ball away. On a 3rd and 8, so decision time, 4th and 8.
Chase Shefke out of Redford Union.
Certainly this is 4-down territory, Mr. Perry.
Yep, you know, because your punt hasn't been live today just for the player's safety. And this is a deep field goal. Not sure that we have the range here on the field for this one. I'm going to eat my words here. Daniel Klein's heading out there.
Young man from East Grand Rapids, the Pioneer. He's a lefty, right?
Yep.
Taking his talents to Hope College. Paces off. This will be a about, what, a 47-yarder? Kick is up and no good. Grant, did you play in this game? For people out there, and I'm not trying to embarrass you, okay? You're a pretty darn good wide receiver, brother.
Thank you.
Did you
Thank you.
play in a game of this caliber at the end of your career?
I did not, no. Had the opportunity to play in the Michigan-Ohio All-Star game back when it was Ohio versus Michigan. You see a little throwback here, and this is one of my better plays in the high school days. A little one-hand snagger. Not too shabby if you ask me. But no, I didn't play in this. My vision was, hey, I want to get to Michigan. I want to try to make an impact immediately, and I just set my sails for Ann Arbor and went on the way. I already had my quarterback, Alex Malzone, was up there. He enrolled early, so my motivation was directed towards Ann Arbor.
We did that game one Friday night. It was Tom Markowski and yours truly. What did you have? Was it 8 touchdowns and 3,000 yards that game? Is that what it was that game?
I won't disagree with you.
I think it was something like that.
We'll take it.
Phenomenal. And let's be honest, anytime you can do it against Catholic Central, it makes it all the better. One of the most iconic rivalries. Hey, forget just the state of Michigan. I think anywhere. Catholic Central, Birmingham, Brother Rice is always special in every sport they play. East takes over on their own 20-yard line, looking to get something going here. That's not going to do it, but he picks it up, and again, a little something out of what could have been a disaster. We've seen them do that a few times here tonight. That time, it's number 18, Tristan Hill from Lake Orion. Could have been a disaster, ends up a game of 4.
Yeah, just a little bit of a low snap there by Keyshawn McGaffey out of Detroit Central. That's the second one he's had today, and Tristan Hill's made the most of it, picking up the ball and getting as much as you can.
Back to pass on the 2nd and 6, steps up in the pocket, has a man over the middle, thrown behind him, nearly intercepted out there. Tyus, who's made, I believe that was 12. That nearly picked that off as it was thrown behind the wide receiver, setting up what should be a 3rd and 6. 11:14 to go here in this 4th quarter. The West with a 28-0 lead. Trip receivers near side, one far side. Tristan Hill, shotgun formation, rolling near side, looking near side, throwing near side. Intercepted inside the 10, inside the 5, and dragged out of bounds at the 3-yard line. What a read by the young man from Paw Paw, Bryson Newell.
And Bryson Newell, this isn't his first time touching a football tonight from the defensive side. He assisted on that pick earlier in the game that DeAndre Burns took in. And right here, great job of just dropping to your depth here and playing the ball from inside out, right? And the one place you can't leave the football if you're a quarterback on out routes is inside, because guys like Bryson Newell from Paw Paw, Michigan are going to come and snatch it up. He missed his interception, another interception earlier, tipped it. So he said, I want this one. Took it. Great catch. Thought he was going to score there, too.
Young man taking his talents to Calvin University. Flag on the play. I apologize. I didn't see what that was all about, but it is going to go against the West, and they're going to move the West back, but as is a huge, huge turnover there. And the West in business again. Great field position to start this drive, Grant Perry.
Yeah, and whereas you see is West today, they've been in sync. They found ways to get the ball downfield through the air, and the East just hasn't been able to do that today. And I think that's been the difference here, just the ability and the chemistry to put that ball in the air and make big plays, and the West is winning that battle.
Elliott Larner from DeWitt heading to Michigan Tech, a keeper here all the way. Tries the right side, a little space out past the 30, up to about the 29-yard line. Give him a gain of about 5.
And Zach Bushlin, the Midland prospect, headed to Saginaw Valley State on the tackle there. Good job there. He was Saginaw News Dream Team linebacker 2024. Did a really good job. And also a very smart and cerebral kid there. Finished his career with a 4.23 GPA. So not only can he play football, he can play books as well. Good job there. Good tackle by Zach Bushlin out of Midland.
Well, when you're up 28-0, you can afford to milk the clock a little bit, and I think that's what Larner's doing here. Pitch this time, far side, found a cut inside the 20 down to about the 15-yard line. That's Tyus again, the young man from Portage Northern. Boy, they can do no wrong today, this West.
They can't. I mean, they're operating at a different level, a different speed than the East is. And that's the first time we've seen Bonzel, Tyus get another good big run since his touchdown there in the first quarter. And You can tell when he gets on the edge, man, and he puts that foot in the ground, he can get north and south with the best of them right there. Good burst. And that is your corner or a linebacker or a safety. The last thing you want to see is a running back put his foot in the ground and get north and south and have a little bit of a step on you.
They're going to mark him down at the 18, but as is another first down for the West. Larner stays in at quarterback, 2 receivers split near side. Going to keep it on the ground. It's Tyus again, makes a man miss, puts his head down inside the 10, finally brought down to about the 9, just short, it appears, of a first down. But as is, sets up what should be second and a couple feet.
And that's what we call a split zone there. You got a tight end on the opposite side of the running back. Running back's going to cross the quarterback's face. Tight end's going to go block on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, and the linemen are all pushing to the right. That run ends up bouncing to the left because they all put a wall down on that D line. Good job by Tyus there, just following his blockers and making the most out of that run.
2nd and 1. Tyus on the left hip of the quarterback. Elliott Lerner hands it off to Tyus. He's got the first down, fighting for more yards. Down to about the 6-yard line. He needed 1. He got 3. And it will be a 1st and goal for the West.
Ace Simonson, number 55, Forest Hills East, doing a great job. 72, Tyler Methner out of Mount Pleasant. Those guys don't get the recognition that other skill and quarterback positions get, but they're out there moving and playing in this heat as well. They're doing counters and pulls where they're moving on the run, doing a good job of getting hats on hats and helping this run game.
Larner in the shotgun, has Tyus on his left hip. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. I think they're running here. They are. Larner with a keeper into the end zone. Touchdown, West.
Following his man, number 81,
That's a good play right there. Simple play. I mean, you get a yo-yo motion or a guy goes across the formation and comes back, and that's what we call window dressing. It sets up the run. It affects the linebackers' responsibilities, their gap integrity. And we'll see here. Watch this. You're going to get a yo-yo motion. He's going to come back this way. Oops, sorry, wrong button hit. He's going to come back this way. It's going to get the linebackers all to flow. And what that does is it gets your quarterback an opportunity to cut inside while those linebackers are overflowing over top. He just cuts back, finds the lane, and makes it look pretty easy.
Point after by Klein. Kick is up. The kick is good.
And there's another look there. Watch the blocking downfield. Tyus, Vaughn. Tyus there, good job blocking. Good job there by Larner, the quarterback, Elliott Larner, getting in the end zone.
What is the best way to treat your pain? It starts with physical therapy. The same athletics therapists who work with world-class athletes and professional dancers can transform your pain before it progresses to something worse. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. It all starts with Athletico. Why don't we throw it down to Joseph with a couple special guests? Joseph?
I'm here with Bryson Newell and Elliott Larner, who just made 2 amazing plays pretty much back-to-back with just a few plays in between. We'll start with you, Bryson. Just before this, you and I were talking that you kind of brought it into fruition in your mind about this play that you intercepted.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to my boy Jaden Fless. I said, hey, when I go in, I'm getting an interception. That's exactly what happened. So I'm hyped right now.
And that interception led to a play that Elliott, you had running in for the touchdown. How do you feel about that?
I feel great. I mean, the defense, they're putting up a big 0 right now, taking a lot of pressure off our offense. So props to them, but our O-line's doing a hell of a job up front, and it feels great.
And Elliott, I guess I'll start with you on this one. Up 35-0. How are you keeping the mindset going? Is it a little easier, or are you still going hard?
Nah, pedal's still on the foot on the throat, but we got to keep going. Game's not over, so we got to finish this.
And Bryson, are you putting into fruition another pick?
Oh, absolutely. I want another one.
All right. Another one? We'll try to get that one later on the West team side here, up 35-0. Sean and Grant, back to you.
Appreciate you, Joseph. Nice return here. Out past the 25. Finally knocked out of bounds just past the 25. Little extracurricular activity going on there, Grant. No flags thrown. West up 35-0. The East, at this juncture of the game, a running clock with 7:10 to go, playing for pride.
Yeah, playing for pride. And All those guys still have on the helmets that they wore for the past 4 years at their schools, their respective schools. So they're still repping their schools right now. Pride is on the line here for both sides.
Joseph Tate in at quarterback, the young man from Detroit East English heading to Wayne State, back to pass. Feels the pressure, steps up. He's looking downfield, has a man out there. Great adjustment on the ball. He can't bring it in, but no doubt about that, flags on the play.
Yep, you're going to get a flag there on number 12 there, Bryce Acom out of McBain. And, not much contact, but he's face guarding, right? You got to be able to. You're going to be right here at the bottom of your screen. You're going to see there, number 1, Colin Dre Hardy here going deep. Big, tall receiver out of Detroit Central. And right here, he's face guarding, and there is contact. And that's as a receiver, you're taught you got to fight back through the defender in order to draw that PI, and that's exactly what happened. If the cornerback, can get his eyes back, there's a better opportunity there to not draw a PI.
First down after the penalty, up to the 45-yard line. They start the clock up again. 1st and 10 for the East. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Back to pass on first down. Looking over the middle, incomplete. Would have been a first down right about the 45-yard line. Just couldn't connect with the intended receiver. Malek Lee, the young man from Romulus. He's taking his talent to Saginaw Valley State. Beautiful facility up there. That's another place in the GLIAC I like to go. So 2nd and 10 for the East on their own 45-yard line. Joseph Tate in from Detroit East English and back to pass. Feels the pressure, down he goes. Had nowhere to escape that time. I'll tell you what, Grant, you tell me if I'm wrong. The biggins on both sides of the ball for the West are flexing their muscle here today.
Yeah, they are. And I think if a position group could win the MVP award, I think it'd be that D-line. I mean, they're having a day. And James Williams, a guy who we call a lot, he stepped up on the big stage here today. He's at home, his future home in Lawrence Tech. Really good job. And he had one of those situations there where it's kind of a gift, right? The quarterback steps back in his drop, he's looking to scramble, and he takes the wrong lane, steps right into James Williams' arms, comes down with a tackle there, and making this a hard 3rd down.
Keaton Abraham in on that as well, a young man from Gaylord taking his talents up to Michigan Tech. Going to try it on the ground, catch that defense. Not going to happen. No doubt about that, not going to happen. Hey, while we have a moment, why don't we throw it down to Chelsea with a special group. Chelsea?
All right, we're going to take a break from the action on the field, but we're going to talk to the stars of the sidelines. I'm here with the all-star cheerleaders, and I'm going to talk to Nora. So what has your experience been like being an all-star cheerleader here at the All-Star football game?
Oh, I am so honored. It is so much fun. We have such a big crowd. I mean, I am enjoying every minute of it. It's one last football game I get. I am so honored to be here.
Going off that one last football game, bittersweet, but what has been one of your most memorable cheerleading moments with your time at Hart High School?
Me and my friend Katie always do one-mans. It's like our thing to do. We do that, and then we cheer to the crowd and always get them excited, and it's so much fun.
I love it. So you guys have come together as a team for this game. How did you guys prepare and learn routines for a short amount of time?
We got sent videos ahead of time, so we really worked that out. And then when we got here, we had like 2 practices a day for like 2 hours. I mean, we were grinding it out, but we did it.
Well, you guys look great tonight. Are you guys having a good time? All right, guys, cheers out.
Well, the East has something to cheer about. 2 big receptions by Hardy. 1 on 4th down, and that one for a touchdown. And I think they're probably saying, why didn't we go to that earlier? He has been a weapon here the last couple of drives, partner.
Yeah, he has, and you can see just the ability, the height advantage he has on the cornerbacks. A really good job. You're going to see the replay right here, and this is just trust here. Quarterback trusting Joseph Tate, the quarterback number 17, trusting his guy, saying, I like the matchup here. And that's going against number 25, Landon Zastro from Hemlock. And Calendray there just gets the height advantage and the jump on the cornerback there and comes down with a touchdown there. A much-needed one for the East side.
Point after coming here. Leptowski, kick is up. The kick is good. So with exactly 4 minutes to go on the clock, it is now a 35-7 game. Hey, Michigan High School Football Coaches Association supports all of the high school football coaches throughout the great state of Michigan. Check out the 2023 Coaches Hall of Fame class at MHSFCA.com. Coach Sparks, so many great old friends here at this beautiful stadium, this beautiful facility. I would be remiss, Grant Perry can vouch for this, come out and see the Blue Devils play sometime if you can in the fall. Good spot to come see a game here on the campus of Lawrence Technological University, just off the Lodge Freeway. There's a good look at it right there. See us up in the booth? I'm waving right now. So's Grant. I don't think you can see it, but we're waving just the same. So glad you could join us wherever you may be tonight. Hopefully you've had as much fun watching it as we've had doing it. A lot of fun here tonight. Certainly more fun for the West as they have a 35-7 lead with 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Good crowd out here tonight as well, Grant.
Yeah, really good crowd. Notice that there during halftime, went out there and, oh my goodness, we got a full crowd here on a beautiful evening here at Lawrence Technological University.
So let's see if they just try to kick this one off, maybe try a squib kick. Find out momentarily. Onside kick gets that big bounce. Flags fly everywhere. I think they were offside.
Looks to be that way. Just a little too eager to try to get to that football.
Were you ever on the hands team?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would be terrified. Come on, be honest. Did you sit back and go to yourself? Don't kick it.
You sit there and, you try to draw every baseball instinct you used to have back in the day. You're trying to get your knees over your toes. You're lower the hips and be ready in an athletic stance. But that ball, you get used to catching it when it's in the air, but when it comes off the ground, it's a different beast. And when those clutch and intense moments come into the game, it's heart-wrenching.
Did you ever recover one for your team?
Don't know if I ever recovered one, but been on plenty of them. Yep.
I think they'll try it again here. It's like the Waterboy, that scene in Waterboy where he's looking and he finds his guy. There's the bounce, another flag flies. I think this one's going to be declined as the West recovered it. Let's see. Hey, by the way, Thursday night, the Michigan High School Coaches Association rolled out the red carpet, honoring the coaching staff and all 80 all-star players suiting up tonight. A well-deserved spotlight before the big game, huh? Pretty cool moment there. A lot of fist pumps. Thanks to all these young men and the coaches for another fantastic season of football. There's the W for the West Side. A lot of West Side pride going on right now. Throwing W's all over the place. I'm being told that they have found an MVP of this game. But you know what? We're going to tease it for you. How's that? Yeah? I don't know about you, partner. I can't argue too much with the MVP of this game.
I can't either. I'll give the listeners a hint. The people in this area are going to be very happy next year. That's all I'll say. I won't say any names.
All right. That's fair enough.
But if you attend Lawrence Tech's football games in the fall, you're going to be excited.
Well, it could be one of a few guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, you never know.
It could be one of a few guys. Appreciate Chuck and John for passing the notes on during the game and keeping us up to date. Great crew. I could sit here for the next 10 minutes and mention everybody, but a fantastic crew, not only from State Champs, but certainly our friends from WDIV as well. Nice to see an old friend, Jay, who of course works for WDIV, Channel 4 here in Detroit. Local 4 Plus as well. This is going to be fun all year, Grant, to not only do the games, the football games on Friday nights, but certainly a lot of other high school sports. Really appreciate the vision of Bob Ellis, a guy who understands when you're talking about high school sports, you're talking about community, and you can't put a price tag on it.
You can't. And sports brings everyone together, no matter your background or where you come from. That's, sports is really just a building block for a community to really come together and support a good cause.
All right, so we're going to try the kickoff again. This time from the 15-yard line. Let's see if they try an onside kick from the 15. That's not something you see every day. Let's see if we see it here. No, sir. Going to kick this one off. Line drive kick, taking about the 34-yard line. Coming up the middle of the field, making one man miss, another man miss. Oh, look out. Outside into East territory, dragged out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. That's Connor O'Rourke on the return, the young man from Matawan.
He's had a heck of a day. Had the 92-yard touchdown that we saw there in the first half, and had some other good catches here as well. And just showing his shiftiness and able to break tackles, erase leverage, and get to the outside there on that kick return.
So with 3:41 to go, 35-7 game. For some of you that grew up on a farm or had family on a farm, this is where Grandpa gets that old bench out, and you start milking that clock and making the last 3:40 go away. You just change the clock, 3:32 to go. 1st and 10 for the West on their own, or excuse me, the East 44-yard line. Got to keep it on the ground. Ball is loose, recovered. This might go the distance. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. That is not what the East wanted. And Dallas Walsh, the young man from Millington, picks up a fumble on the bounce and takes it 56 yards for an East touchdown.
Don't call it a comeback yet, folks. East is making a little late noise here. Just a run there. It's a read option. So the running back's attempting the run there, just doesn't seal it into his gut. And then Dallas Walsh, we talked about him here early on. My buddy Robbie here in the booth helped me out with some scouting on Dallas, and he's a beast, and he shows why. A two-way player has made an impact in this game both ways, offense and defense.
How about that? Doing some somersaults out there. Attaboy. 56-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. And look at the East. They're going to go for two here, Grant.
There we go. Hey, it's not over till it's over.
Tristan Hill trots back out on the field. He's got trip receivers near side, one on the far side, 2-point conversion attempt. Man in motion. Hill rolls out, under pressure, stops, throws, incomplete.
And that's the old, that's a little bit of the Dan Campbell. That's a little, or excuse me, Ben Johnson. That's a throwback to a lineman right there. Really good job there. I mean, Trevor Simeon almost had his hands on it, dove for it, trying to pull out his best impression of Carson Hine from the big man 7-on-7. Just couldn't quite grab it and bring it in.
Hey, watching football here, girls flag football, it is really on the rise. Shout out to Detroit Lions Youth Football for hosting their first ever state championship. St. Joseph edged Brighton 22-21 in a thriller. Could we be looking at Michigan's next sanctioned high school sport? Stay tuned.
Let's go. Would love to see that. I mean, have you seen some of these throws in this highlight? These girls are slinging it.
Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Oh, isn't that awesome? That's right, celebrate.
Got a chance to watch my sister play in her Powder Puff League at Groves, and it was a heck of an experience to see her out there playing football.
So 35-13 with 3:18 to go. Why don't we throw it down to Chelsea while we have a moment? Chelsea?
I know, it's fine. All right, guys, I'm here with number 30, Dallas Walsh from the East Side. He gave them a little bit of a spark. He picked up a fumble for 56 yards. Tell me about it. How do you feel?
And it was amazing. It was a great play of the defense, and it was a simple mistake, and we took advantage of it this time. Took it to the crib.
You absolutely did. Now, I know this is one of your last high school football games. Tell me about one of your favorite high school football memories.
Oh, man, our state championship. Our high school desperately needed that. We have a consecutive winning streak leading the state, and we capped it off my senior year with a state championship win. Only undefeated team in the state, 14-0. We shut out Monroe St. Mary's Catholic Central, and it was a great time.
What a memory, and what a great way for you to close out this game tonight. Congratulations. Nice job. Guys, back to you.
with you. Grant, you and I had the privilege of calling that game. Domination, really was.
It was. And going to that game, I gave Monroe St. Mary's the edge, just based off film, a little bit of the size of the players. And boy, did Millington shock me and surprise me. They came out fast, furious, and ferocious, and led by Dallas Walsh, as you saw right there.
Some fireworks out in the distance tonight as well.
Here we go.
'Tis the season, right? 3:15 to go, 35-13, the West on top. Looking to put this one on ice. Going to keep it on the ground. Some ball control here, a little hole up the middle into East territory. Gain of about 4 on that play, setting up a 2nd and 6.
Run there by the West Ottawa prospect, Caden Forbes. Good job there, just lowering your shoulder, getting through that line of scrimmage and running hard there. He's headed to Wayne State here this upcoming season.
Clock running, inside 2:50 to go. All the West has to do is hold on to the ball, and this one's over. And you know that's what they want to do here. Man in motion on this 2nd and 6. They hand it off on the jet. Breaks a tackle, first down and more. Inside the 35, finally brought down at about the 33-yard line. Heck of a run there by Stamper, the young man from Jackson.
Cyron Stamper does a great job. You'll see it here, just a little jet sweep, lead block here by Caden Forbes. Great job looking back inside. He sees the lane, he cuts back, and really good job navigating through that traffic. Good ball security too, because Drayshawn Johnson sure was there to almost rip it out. Good tackle by Drayshawn, but even better run there by Cyron Stamper.
Bo Harris taking his sweet time. As we mentioned, they are trying to milk this clock. Inside 2 minutes to go. Man in motion, far side to near. Keeper here. Makes it cut at the 30, kind of pushed back to the 28-yard line. Bo Harris took a big hit there. Not before he picks up about 3.5 yards.
Yeah, good job by Bo Harris, just following the blocks there. Getting everything to look like it's going to be outside zone again, and with the jet sweep, but he just keeps it on the read option. Finds a few yards in there and wiggles around.
We'll see you in a little over 2 months. How about that? What a schedule that is. Belleville, Clarkston, Lake Orion, Northville, Allen Park, Trenton, and then Cass Tech and Toledo Central Catholic. Can't wait.
A little rematch, right?
Yeah, that was a dandy last year. No doubt about that.
They took Bryce Underwood to the last play.
2nd and 7 here for Bo Harris and the West offense. Milking that clock all the way down to the last second of the play clock. Shotgun formation. Going to keep it on the ground. Handoff over the right side. First down and more inside the 20. Pushed out of bounds about the 13-yard line. What a burst there by number 9, Caden Forbes, the young man from West Ottawa.
Caden Forbes, you can see a little bit of the different energy. The East looks like they're just trying to get this minute over with. They're trying to get back to the sideline here and call this game a wraps. And you can see Caden Forbes said, I want to get my name in that end zone. I want to get my name in the paper. He's running hard, still trying to chug along and help this West team.
I think that's going to do it. Clock inside 35 seconds to go. Maybe one more snap. West is going to win this one. They're up 35-13. Bo Harris in the shotgun, man in motion. Harris is going to keep it. He's going to run up the middle. He's got some space inside the 5, but brought down about the 3-yard line. And that's going to be it for this one. The final score here today is the West already starts their celebrations. The West is going to win this one by a score of 35-13. I'll tell you what, some of those big boys on the offensive line wanted one more play to try to get in the end zone.
They did. They tried to call hurry up, and try to get another play in there, and you can't be mad at them for it.
A dominant effort here today. A heck of a lot of talent on the field. How about that backflip right there? I think I pulled my hamstring just watching it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. It's pretty athletic right there.
Your final score. Well, today, the West side was the best side. They come away with a 35-13 win here against the East. Grant, your thoughts?
Heck of a game from the West. They came out and showed why they played the best ball today. East tried to figure it out late, just couldn't quite get it.
All right, we're going to throw it down to the field with the announcement of our MVP in just a moment.
You don't have to guess, I'm going to tell you.
You got that big trophy out there as well.
4 tackles for losses, 2 sacks from the West squad, number 33, James Williams out of Marion.
Well, as you said, if you're a fan of Lawrence Tech football, that young man's bringing his talent to this very field. He walks away with the MVP. That's James Williams from Marion. Well-deserved.
Well-deserved. And if he keeps on the path that he's on, he's got an opportunity to come in and make an impact immediately. One of the areas Lawrence Tech really needed help in was that edge pressure, and he brought it today and showed why he's headed here to play football next fall.
Presentation. Look at that trophy, by the way. My goodness gracious. How about that? The kid cams got that trophy up close and personal. You think the boys love that? Look at them all lining up behind Coach. There they are. Enjoy it, fellas. You earned it.
Notice how they're inching a little close to the east side, letting them know, hey, we really own today. And I got a question for you, Sean.
Yes.
Who keeps that trophy? Where does that trophy go?
I don't know. You know, I was thinking maybe it's like the Stanley Cup. They each get to keep it one day during the summer.
Okay.
You know, take it on special trips and things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, my partner here, Robbie, said they keep it. Well, I go, who's they? You know, there's different players all over the field.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Look at them signing up for that. There's that picture they'll all remember, huh? So many of those guys probably played against each other the last few years, and now one of the coolest things in sports, you see all the boys after all the jawing, all the hits, they line up in a sign of sportsmanship, a lot of hugs, some fist pumps, and all the animosity of the previous 48 minutes is all forgotten when they do that. Always one of the coolest things in sports, Grant.
Yep, and when you step in between the lines, you know, that other colored jersey is your opponent. But when you take a step back here after the game, you realize you're all in this, doing this, you know, playing in this game for the same reasons. One, to represent your school, one last time to show some pride, compete against the best, but also just get yourself ready here to head into the fall to whatever college you're headed to.
Well, a lot of thanks to throw out there. First of all, thank you for inviting us into your televisions, your laptops, the computer, whatever the case may be. A great staff here. Honestly, our state champs friends, our local 4 friends, of course, Joseph and Chelsea down on the field. We appreciate them. I believe we're going to check in with them one more time before we get out of here today. But Grant, always a pleasure. It had been far too long. And we're going to reconvene down at Wayne State a little over 2 months from now.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Boy, the season's going to be here before you know it. And boy, you thought it was hot today, Grant?
August
you got to tell them that was unbelievable. That first night last year was unbelievable how warm it was down at Wayne State.
The hydration starts now for those players. I mean, the coaches in the summer workouts are telling them, hey, it's going to be hotter in August. We got to be ready. So let's see how they do it. Excited for that rematch of Belleville and Clarkson.
All right. I know Chelsea's going to be down there in just a moment. We'll throw it to Chelsea with a conversation before we get out of here. Now, I'm being told that last year, Thursday night in the booth, it was 105 degrees. That's what I'm being told. I'm not gonna argue that. I would even say it felt hotter than that. It was very, very warm that day, no doubt. A lot of parents and friends making their way onto the field now. As we mentioned, a lot of these guys are taking their talents to a university near you. Some of these guys still looking for a spot. Hopefully, everybody out on this field today has some football left in them. And it isn't the final game of their careers. We're going to throw it down to Chelsea in just a moment. As a matter of fact, Chuck, you give me the high sign when she's ready. I think she has a conversation with the MVP of the game. Chelsea, take it away.
Oh, guys, I'm here at number 33, James Williams from Marion. He is our MVP of the All-Star game here today. All right, my friend, you come from an 8-player football school, so how much pride do you have in that being named an MVP?
A lot. I mean, I feel like a lot of 8-man schools, 8-man football, they get discredited a whole lot because they play against smaller schools, worse competition, but I mean, they got to work just as hard. We're playing against people that train the same way we train, so it means a lot for me to be out here to represent my school. We come from a small school, so that's awesome.
Absolutely, and going off of that, this is one of your last high school football games, so what has been one of your best high school football memories?
My favorite high school football memory when I was a freshman and sophomore, we lost in the semifinal game to make it to the state championship. My junior year, we had a big back and forth game with Lakeland and Hubble, and I see my best friend run it in to win the game. And that, I mean, I burst into tears after that. That was amazing. Finally got to play in that state chip, so it was awesome. It was awesome.
I love it. I can see you replaying it in your head as you're talking about it. Now, what's the future look like for you? Where are you headed after this?
I'm headed right here. I'm playing at Lawrence Tech, so Coach O, I know he's watching. Hope I impressed him tonight, and it's time to work for sure. Keep working. So.
I'm sure you impressed him. You also impressed everybody else here. Congratulations on MVP. Good luck in the future. Thank you. Guys, back to you.
Pretty cool. Coach O, a good guy as well. Looking forward to big things from this LTU Blue Devils football team. As I mentioned, Grant Perry, I think it's one of the coolest things. You're seeing so many programs kind of pop up in here. You know, I know in my backyard, not too far from where I grew up, as a matter of fact, Madonna's got a team out there. Nice to see so many places and options for players to continue their playing career.
Absolutely, because I mean, the amount of people that want to continue their career, I mean, it's endless. You know, everyone, when you've had that last snap in high school or college, wherever it may be, you feel that pain, you feel it inside, right? You lose something that you've been doing your whole life. So to see these guys be able to go on and have futures and play and represent different universities, it's awesome to see.
I know we're going to have another conversation momentarily as well. Chelsea is down on the field. As a matter of fact, why don't we throw it down to Chelsea right now? Chelsea?
All right, I'm also here with another West Side All-Star. We have Von Zeltias from Portage. All right, this is quite an experience. Your team won. You had a huge success in all this. Talk about your experience here at the All-Star game tonight.
It was really fun. We had practices together. We ate together. It was chemistry. We came out here. We showed up together.
I think the chemistry was huge. You could really tell the West Side, you guys all came together, and you guys had a lot of fun in doing it. So what has been one of the most fun memories that you will have, that you'll take with you from your teammates that you met here?
One of the most fun memories is just eating together, just laughing together, just joking around, stuff like that, man.
Must have been some really great food. All right, going off of this too, where is the future taking you? Where are you headed next year?
I'm headed to Siena Heights.
Are you excited?
I am excited.
I love it. All right, one more time. High school, it's over, but that doesn't mean the memories fade. So what has been one of your favorite high school football memories that you can take with you?
One of my favorite high school football memories is like all the stuff we got to do together with my team and like skits and stuff and just enjoying the brotherhood.
I love it. Well, congratulations on this victory today. You're such an all-star. Nice job. Guys, back to you.
Great stuff, Chelsea. Yeah, a lot of fun out there. Grant, personalize it for me. What was it like? I mean, you had such a successful high school career. Correct me if I'm wrong. 3 state championships you were a part of?
Yep, correct.
But the last one had to hurt a little bit, right?
Yeah, it did. You know.
Sorry to bring it up.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We've moved past that. We've grown. But you know, it hurts, man. When it's your last time strapping up your helmet, I still think, I mean, I played college and I've been around guys that played in the NFL. The commonality is that high school football is the purest form of football. It's where you have the most fun, and it's where you really form those lifelong friendships. And when it's at your last snap, man, it's tough. So it's good to see these guys have one more opportunity to showcase their talent, represent their school, and go out in a good fashion.
There is nothing, I mean this, there is nothing like checking out the hometown team on a Friday night. There really isn't. You know, seeing people in your community, seeing some of the kids that you watch grow up in front of your eyes trying to bring glory to whatever city you come from, whatever city you live in now. And it's really turned into a special thing here in the great state of Michigan. You hear Friday Night Lights a lot. Well, it's real here in the state of Michigan. Why don't we throw it down to Joseph on the field with a special guest. Joseph?
All right, I'm here with head coach Mark Jarfster. Coach, how does it feel to win this All-Star game 35-13?
It was unbelievable. I mean, the whole experience was awesome. The Michigan High School Football Coaches Association does such a good job putting on this event and providing a great experience for coaches and the players.
And this game, you know, was kind of off and run from the start, at least in hindsight. What adjustments did you make or tell your players to allow this huge deficit?
Yeah, I mean, we were just looking for certain things within their, you know, offense and defensive schemes that we could key in on and make those adjustments. And once we saw what we wanted to see, it was kind of off to the races and quick scoring.
I know that you have only coached these guys, most of these guys, for about 2 days or so when they came in on Wednesday, early Wednesday. What do you hope they take away from this All-Star experience?
We just talked to them about, we think that these friendships and relationships are things that could last a lifetime. And so we challenged them as we were done here to make sure that they stay in contact with their position groups or position coaches because it truly was something that was special and we'll all remember for a very long time.
And I asked you this question at halftime. I might as well ask it again, maybe in a different format. Coach, did you have fun today? And if you would coach this game again, would you?
I would coach it again in a heartbeat. It was unbelievable.
That's absolutely great to hear. Coach Mark Jarfster of the West team winning 35-13. Thank you, Coach.
Joseph Korzeniewski, great job here tonight. And I tell you what, Mark can't hide this. He had that smile on his face from the second I saw him today. You and I went down on the field to do our pregame hit and saw him walking around, and you could tell he was loving every second of this, Grant.
There was a good energy around him, and you could see it spilled into his players, and they backed it up, and they played their tails off today.
Celebration on the near sideline as the West flashing up those W's. You see it all over here on the West side out there. Well, they deserve it. Bragging rights certainly go to the West side here today. Hey, we are nearing the end of this game. Thank you so much for joining us. Really looking forward to the season starting. We are not that far away. A little over 2 months. In case you missed it, we will be down at the PKC. Can you believe it? I believe, what's it been? 20 years now, right? 20 years of the PKC. And we'll be down at Adams Field. 4 great games down at Adams Field. August 28th and 29th, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks to everybody with State Champs. Thanks to our friends from Local 4. Grant Perry, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Great job as always for everybody involved. My name is Sean Belegian. The West Side is indeed the best side. A big victory here today. Thanks for joining us from Lawrence Technological University.